God damn it. I think something like this. Hello, hello Guduk, hello Sintos, hello Mustafa, hello, welcome everyone. Oh no. Hello Kevin's your work, hello. So yeah, today is unusual stream, badass Sonic. Yeah, I didn't expect that I'm gonna look that badass, Jesus fucking Christ. So yeah. Hello and Zach, hello. Is that, no, it's not me, I actually, you know, kidnapped Sojin and put him in a basement. Russian gangster, you get them. I should speak with a sick Russian accent like that to look even more badass, I think. Hello Cryptolek, thank you. So Breaking Bad season 6. God damn. Yes, kidnapped. Yep. So yeah, there you go. Middle-age crisis. Well, not true actually. What's the reason? The reason actually pretty dumb, to be fair. I really hate going to barbers, like at all, since I was a child, because I don't know. It's difficult for me to sit in a state like not doing anything for a long time. And because of that, like it's the same. I'm already 30 and I still hate going to barbers, seriously. So, and for me there's only two options. I either grow like a long hair or I go completely bald. So I tried long hair. It's too much of an effort to maintain it. So I finally decided to go the other way around. So maybe that will work out. So that's pretty much it. That's the whole reason. Did you donate your hair? No, I threw it away. I'm sorry. My hair wasn't even that good to donate. One Punch Man. Yes. I left my inline lesson when I saw I shaved my head. I mean, I'm a professional streamer, so you think I would actually miss such an opportunity and not put that in the title? Thank you. I'm actually very glad that a lot of people like it. But I mean, people who didn't like it, they'll probably left the stream, so it's kind of biased. So anyway, short buzz cut is less work than shaving, though. Probably, but I decided to shave it anyway. So okay, so we're gonna do today. By the way, boys and girls, what we're gonna do today? We're probably gonna continue doing Advent of Code. You know, the usual thing. Shazavak, oh my god, the fuck? I wanna listen to you.
Just passing by to Jeff uses up and jet out to work. But will. Yeah, here why not listen to this beautiful song?
Thank you. Thank you for such a beautiful song. Thank you. And thank you for 15 months of Twitch Prime subscription. Twitch Prime subscription. And welcome back to our Bold Club. It feels amazing, actually, believe it or not. It actually feels amazing. I really like it. I didn't expect that I'm gonna like it so much. So, yeah. Alright, so today, according to the schedule, we're supposed to be doing Vodus, if I remember correctly. Right, we're supposed to be doing Vodus. And, but since there is Advent of Code currently in place, we probably gonna do Advent of Code, right? So first, and then if we'll have time, we're gonna do Vodus. I think this channel turns into Advent of Code channel. Why all Twitch programmers are bold? Well, it's a pretty stressful work, not gonna lie, because, I mean, streaming by itself is very stressful, right? Programming by itself is very stressful. So if you combine these two things together, you get what you get, right? You get what you get, and it is what it is. And it isn't what it isn't. Yes. Cheers, by the way. Bold boomer, yeah, exactly. Bye bye. Yo, what's up, Fourth? Welcome to the stream. So, what language are we gonna use for the next Advent of Code? Hello, FexPT. Hello. I thought they'd cancel each other. Nah, they actually amplify each other. Unfortunately. What the fuck? Who is this? It's me, Mario. I think day 8 is a good day for a low-level language like C or Z. We'll see about that. We did chat. We finally finished molding. This is my final form, yes. We've been watching Planes. Where is your air? Hello, EverX. Hello. Can we try Ruby? To be fair, I never programmed in Ruby, so I have no idea how to even use it. Isn't it gonna be cold during the winter? I mean, I have a hat, so should be fine. So to live in Siberia, you don't really need to be tolerant to cold. You just need to buy warmer clothing. That's the secret, essentially. Yeah. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna go here. Now you can tell me it's just some kind of AI that's removing your hair on the screen. No, I actually shaved my hair right before the stream, actually. That's why I delayed my stream for an hour, because I couldn't finish in time. Like, actually shaving long hair is a pain in the ass. But why? I already explained why. Because I hate going to your beautiful long... It is what it is. Thank you, Gratsuka, for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Thank you. Your first subscription, by the way, and welcome to our bold boomer clap. That's okay. So, is there any possibility to buy old hair? No, there's no way to do that. I'm sorry, it's completely lost. Well, I've already explained the reason. I absolutely hate going to barber. And because of that, there's two options for me. It's first one is long hair, and the second one is no hair. I've tried long hair for a long time, you know, didn't work out. Takes too much effort to maintain. So I finally decided to go the other way around and see if that will work for me. We'll see. So it is what it is, and my hair wasn't even that beautiful, to be fair, so maybe the time has come to shave it off. Yeah, that's a very bold of me. Looks good on you. Thank you for saying that. Everyone who disagreed with that already left. So not even gay man looks 10 years younger? Really? It should be the other way around. Aren't you, like, look older if you have no hair? No? I don't know. You need a mustache and you can start cooking. Damn it. Unfortunately, I cannot grow like a proper mustache. Do I look even metal now? Okay. Plus, you're so young, you dare to go bold. I see. Okay, cool. Can we do a little bit of Advent of Code already? I mean, I usually like have like 10 minutes intro anyway, so I think we have another minute to talk about my bold move. Very funny. I want to rub in. It actually feels very nice. It feels very nice. Unfortunately, you cannot feel it. Oof. Absolutely beautiful. Are you guys saying I'm actually better than before, to be fair. And I kind of like it. Not gonna lie. I like the feeling of it. I like there's nothing dangling behind me and anything like that. I just feel, you know, free. I feel fucking finally free. So types of sodding metal in skin. God fucking damn it. This is, I'm not a skinhead, okay? So it's against TUI and stuff. Let's all travel to Siberia, chat, and all field sots. God fucking damn it. So, void counter missing. Oh, somebody noticed that. I didn't put void counter because I thought nobody's gonna actually pay attention to void counter. I can bring it up if anyone, if people want. So here's the void, and I can put the counter. And there's no chat anymore, only void. Void devoured the chat. So yeah, and I actually have to keep this logo here. And now, yeah, void works. Cool. So seems good, seems good. How better is it now that you don't have to dry your hair for ages? That's actually fucking amazing. Oh my god. Yeah, usually I go to shower right before the sleep, and yeah, I need to wait until my hair dries before I can actually go to bed, and it was always so fucking annoying because I was super fucking sleepy. I think maybe we can even say that maybe longer hair was messing up my sleeping schedule. That's actually very interesting. Yeah, so it's the same reason, so much hassle. Professor who replaced our sodding. I don't know what to answer to that. That's why I started so fast, no hair drying. Yeah, that's exactly the reason. Okay, so we have advent of code to solve today, right? We have advent of code to solve. So let's go to the repo. God, what the fuck happened? It didn't properly rename anything because I fetched the latest stuff. Right, so not origin, there we go. Git merge origin master. Did I properly merge everything? Because it, why would it do something like that? Oh, by the way, if I fuck up today's problem, right, I can always say that this is because of I cut my long hair. All of my programming powers were in long hair and I cannot program anymore. So yeah, I have an excuse for that today. Epic. I didn't have that before. So now the head can absorb oxygen and lie better higher IQ on the reason. Yeah. Okay, so what's going to be the language for today, boys and girls? Is it your first buzz cut? Well, kind of yes. I don't know what to answer, but the like shaving my hair was kind of weird. Welcome to the Bald Club. Thank you. I kind of enjoyed it. COBOL. I was kind of thinking about JavaScript for today. What do you guys think? So because we haven't tried that many scripting languages, the only scripting language so far we tried is Python. So maybe the time has come to try another scripting language, and yeah, we'll see. Hello Kolumbetka, welcome to the stream. Alright, so let's try this thing. Today is a VM. Oh, you mean the problem? Thank you for spoiling me, because I haven't read the description. 12 step. What the hell is wrong with you? Why did you just spoil, like, the whole problem? God fucking damn it. The fuck? Fuck, mate. I need to make a cup of tea, by the way. I need to make a cup of tea. So, alright. So today's language is going to be JavaScript. And apparently we're going to do a virtual machine in JavaScript. So it almost feels like a low-level JavaScript YouTube channel. Alright. So have you guys watched, you know, low-level JavaScript? So there's like a YouTube channel where a JavaScript programmer implementing like low-level concepts in JavaScript, like he implements, virtual machines, for example, and also some sort of like a binary low-level parsing and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. Just go to YouTube and put like low-level JavaScript, and you'll instantly find it. So yeah, hello Eileen, welcome to the stream. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna quickly make a cup of tea. Just a second. Just a second. All right, so let's go. It's gonna be 08 and it's gonna be JS. So maybe I need to change the title. I have an idea. How is that, like, what's the name of the character in One Punch Man? I don't remember. Does anybody remember? Yeah. Okay, so there we go. We're gonna put it like that. Solves advent of code in JavaScript. So this is gonna be the title. Epic. Cool. I think that's pretty goddamn cool. So, and I'm gonna do a boilerplate first, like a simple boilerplate that I always do. So to help me with all of this stuff. We're doing JavaScript. I mean, yeah, what's wrong with JavaScript? Do you have anything against JavaScript? In 2020, somebody's against JavaScript in 2020? I cannot believe that. What the fuck? JavaScript is the language of planet Earth at this point. So I don't know what's wrong with you. All right, let's continue. So I need to parse command line arguments. Does anybody remember, like, do I even have Node.js? I think I do have Node.js, cool. So how do we do that? Node.js command line args. How do you do that? Maybe I'm poor, but remind me Mobi. I don't even know what it is, I'm sorry. What is Mobi? Oh yeah. So I need to update a project as well. Today we are solving day 8 of Advent of Code 2020 in JavaScript. There we go. So this is how you get the command line arguments, right? So if I do something like console, hold up. So process RGV, Jesus Christ, excuse me everyone. Yeah, there we go. So it actually gives me way too many fucking things. So I have to parse it properly, probably, I don't know. So what if I do shebang? So user wait a second, can Node.js even support shebang? Is it even possible there? I'm not quite sure. Because Emacs is, going fucking crazy. It's going fucking crazy with all of this stuff, and if I try to do something like that, it still shows me this stuff, so it doesn't really matter that much. So it's just I have to skip 2 arguments, right? I have to skip 2 arguments at least. So okay, does Node.js support some sort of a slicing? So if I have something like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I do something like this. Okay, so it doesn't support it right away, but I do remember that it's supported at some point. Slicing. So it had like a method in array, right? So it had a slice. Okay, so I actually pressed something. Okay, why is not slicing? Slice start end. Okay, so but let me see. Let me see the actual documentation. Okay, slice 2. That automatically removes something. Okay, so that means if I want to remove 2, this is how I do that. Alright, so what that means is that I can just do something like this. Slice 2. And how do you do for each in JavaScript? Node, maybe JavaScript for each. Well, yeah, I remember that you could do something like for each, right? Let x of r. Okay, so also should also work. For let file path of that. And if I do console log file path, and that should do the trick. That should do the trick, and there we go. So as you can see, we are actually iterating through all of these things, and instead of that, we're going to actually have like sample txt and input txt, and then we're going to have a function called solve file, right, which accepts file path. And I think I'm gonna actually move this thing somewhere here. Solve file path. Fuck's sake, Emacs, come on. Alright, so I think my tea is ready. Just a second. Just a second, chat. Yo, what's up? Alright, so this is how we're gonna go about that, and as far as I know here we should have these kind of things. Input file, this is like string interpolation, is it not? I think it is. So input file that, and this is how we solve a particular file. Yeah, input file, blah blah blah. Cool. So now I'm gonna do make file, right? And this is where I'm gonna have a bunch of inputs. So for now I'm gonna only have a sample funny test. So in here I only need that and bunch of inputs. And we're gonna run this thing like that, so main.js, and run it on all of the inputs. So we're gonna constantly run this program on all of the possible inputs that we have. I don't have any samples right now, so I'm gonna create an empty file, and if I do make, as you can see, it ran everything successfully. Cool. So we have a boilerplate, right? We have a boilerplate, and I'm ready to read the description of the problem. So it's 8th problem. I hope it's not gonna be too long. It doesn't look that long, so which is already a good thing. I think it's a very good thing. Just a second, I need to close my French press. Alright. Your flight to the major airplane hub reaches cruising altitude. I hope I pronounced that word correctly, I'm not sure if I did. Without incidents, while you consider checking the in-flight menu for one of those drinks that come with a little umbrella, you're interrupted by the kids sitting next to you. Get them, kids. Their handheld game console won't turn on. Okay, thank you for providing the link. Okay, they ask if you can take a look. You narrow the problem down to the strange infinite loop in the boot code. That's kind of interesting. Like you managed to, he's debugging like the boot code without any special tools or anything. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. You narrow the problem down to the strange infinite loop in the boot code, your puzzle input of the device. You should be able to fix it, but first you need to be able to run the code in isolation. The boot code is represented as a text file with one instruction per line of text. Each instruction consists of an operation, ec, jump, or nop, and an argument, a signed number like +4 or -20. ec increases or decreases the single global value called the accumulator by the value given in the argument. For example, ec +7 would increase the accumulator by 7. The accumulator starts at 0. After an ec instruction, the instruction immediately below it executes next. Jump jumps to the new instruction relative to itself. The next instruction to execute is found using the argument as an offset from the jump instruction. For example, +2 would skip to the next instruction, would continue to the instruction immediately below it. For example, jump +2 would skip the next instruction. Okay, +1 would continue immediately, and jump would cause the instruction to any line above to be executed. Nop stands for no operation. It does nothing. The instruction immediately below it is executed next. Hello, Archelasis. Hello, welcome everyone. For example, consider the following program. These instructions are visited in this order. So we count in which order they are visited. So I'm not sure what the hell is that. 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, and this is basically an indication. Okay. What's up, Marco Dev? Hello everyone who just joined. First, the nop 0 does nothing. By the way, if it has, okay, it doesn't matter what nop, what kind of arguments nop has, right? It always does nothing. Hello everyone. Hello. So then the accumulator is increased 0, blah blah blah. After it increases the accumulator from 1 to 2. Jump -4 executes setting the next instruction to the only accumulator. It sets the accumulator to 5 and jump -3. Okay. This is an infinite loop. With this sequence of jump, the program will run forever. The moment the program tries to run any instructions a second time, you know it will never terminate. Immediately before the program would run an instruction second time, the value in the accumulator is 5. Run your copy of the boot sector immediately before any instruction executed a second time. What value is in the accumulator? Well, that's relatively easy, right? So because we don't have any conditions, right? We don't have any conditions, so that means if we visited the same instruction the second time, we'll already detect a loop, right? Because we don't have a sort of an operation that looks at the global variable and then depending on the global variable it would make some sort of decision. It will jump first or jump backward. It doesn't matter. So the instructions are in some sense context independent. You see what I mean? So that means if you hit the instruction the second time, there you go, that's your loop. You don't even have to worry about that. That's actually pretty straightforward. So it's not like we're trying to solve a halting problem here, because it's not really like Turing complete in any sense. Does it make any sense? Does it make any sense? I think it's pretty straightforward. So run your code of the boot immediately before any instruction executed a second time. What value is in the accumulator? That's a good one. That's a good one. Hello, Struck. Hello. Okay, so I think my tea is ready. And maybe we're ready for a little bit of a TSMR. Does anyone want a little bit of TSMR? Just a second. There we go. Let me drink a tea. There we go. Looks good to me. TSMR. Okay, good. So let's just try to implement that. We just need to implement an interpreter. I wouldn't even call it a VM. Like, come on, it's like calling this a VM is it's really overstretched. It's just It's just whatever. It's like it's like, imagine that you have an input, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and whatever, like a bunch of numbers, right? And you need to sum up those numbers. You can treat it as a virtual machine where each line is an instruction and it adds to the global variable this amount of like this number. And yeah, you're implementing a virtual machine that way. You're summing up numbers, so yeah. Anyway, so we can see reflection of a stream screen on your head. Yes, I know. All right. So how do I read files? I remember you have to do something like const fs require something like fs, right? That's what you do. I think that's what you do. I don't quite remember. God damn it. Where is my thing? So read file, I think it's sync, and I just read the whole file here, right? Yeah, but how do I convert it to a string? So what kind of things to string? Okay, so I have a buffer, JavaScript buffer to string. So does it literally have to string? That would be actually kind of cool, I think. To string. Oh yes, it does. There we go. I really like how Node.js actually printed that. God damn it. It's is that like a okay? All right. So can I split this shit by lines now? So let's go to the sample. Let's go to the sample, and in a sample, we're gonna put this stuff, this good stuff. Cool. So, and this is where I'm gonna try to read sample txt to string, and there we go. There we go. Can I split by lines? Is that a thing I can do? There we go. You don't even need to parse anything. That's kind of straightforward. So maybe on top of that, we can try to trim this entire stuff. Can I trim it? Oh, there we go. And I got rid of the like extra line here. So that's pretty much it. And then we need to iterate them. Maybe also map all of that and split by space, right? Split by space, and there you go. You have a list of these instructions that you can just iterate and just dispatch upon them. That's as simple as that. You know, JavaScript is amazing language. It's definitely better for this, suited for this task than C or Zik. I'm pretty sure about that. Okay, so we're gonna have like a part 2. This is not what I wanted to do. Let's put it like this. So we're gonna have something like part 1. So it's gonna be file path. And this is where we're gonna put all of these things. And I'm gonna return 69. So, and then we're gonna do console hello part 1. And then part 1 file path. I really like string interpolation in JavaScript, to be fair. Where did Soding go? I kidnapped Soding and put him in the basement. Don't worry about it. As you can see, boys and girls, programming in JavaScript is pretty toxic, not gonna lie. You can clearly see that. Been doing it, of course, in a fancy function programming languages, and sometimes get jealous of Python JS. Who cares? Just do it. Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't really program actively in Haskell and functional programming languages anymore, because I'm kind of tired of this paradigm stuff. Yeah, JS took my hair away. So programming, like, don't program in JavaScript. It's very, very toxic. So that's what's gonna happen to you. That's essentially what's gonna happen to you. So I don't know. Can we just do something like this? Do we have destructuring in JavaScript in 2020? Does anyone know? Does anyone know? Because I kind of want to have destructuring. JavaScript destructuring. Yes, you can. Thank you so much. That's actually cool. Oh, you can literally just do destructuring and it will work. Oh shit! The God language. Oh my god. Who fucking needs Haskell if you have that? So, and that's essentially what we can try to do here, I think. It keeps trying to do it like that, and then we're gonna have instruction. So this is map. So instruction and the argument. So this is how we're gonna treat all of that. And if I have a string, right? If I have a string like -20, can I do to int? Okay, that was too naive. I think that was very naive. JavaScript to like parse int. Okay, thank you so much. Parse int. Okay. Will that work? Cool. But what if I put plus here? Oh, it even works with plus. This is a perfect fucking language. I wonder like if it will work in Haskell, for example. I wonder if it will work in Haskell. If it loads up, of course. I mean, it's pretty slow these days. Okay, +20. If I try to read this entire thing and then say I want string, give me string. Look at that language. It cannot even parse +20. Oh, you mean I can just do +20 and it will automatically convert it to a number? Let me see. So 20 just plus. Oh shit! But what if I have +20? It will work. -20. Well, I mean, isn't it like a hack? Like I would rather prefer parsing because it's a little bit more explicit. So yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so the what we're gonna do here. We might as well actually do for each already here. For each. So, and we can have accumulator, which is initially going to be 0. And we also need to keep track of what instruction. God damn it, we need to. Yeah, we need to keep track. You look different. Do you have new glasses? Yes, I just bought new glasses. I need to keep track of the position and stuff like that, so this is handling it like that is not really going to work well. So what I want to do here is return instruction, but parse int args, parse int arg, and this one is going to be map, right? And I'm going to assign that to a program here. So here is my program. Where do we start, by the way? Do we start at 0? Yes, I suppose we do start at 0. Okay. So, and also I'm gonna create IP. So people who program in assembly know why I called this thing IP and what exactly this variable means. So low-level programmers, what is it supposed to mean? It's not related to network. What is IP? Why not reduce your accumulating values, because it's not gonna work here. Instruction pointer, exactly, it's an instruction pointer. Your channel icon is a false advertising. God fucking damn it. I will change it later. Thank you for reminding me about that. All right, so, and we also need to keep track of what we already visited. All right, so let me see. It's actually program counter. Duh. Yeah, thank you so much. So I'm thinking, should I use set, or maybe I can use array? That's a good question. It will depend on my actual input. So let me grab my input. So get your puzzle input, and I want to see how many of these things I have. I have only 629 instructions. I mean, I can literally just use array, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. All right, so that means I'm gonna just use array. What's up, Fengqi? Welcome to the stream. Seth Everman, yes, I'm Seth Everman now. If you want to write good code, you have to... Okay, you lost me at good code. Okay, so how can I check something like contains 69? Is it possible? Contains is not a function. JavaScript check if array contains. Includes. Okay, so it's called includes. Ah, fuck. Why? God damn it! It cannot properly jump between the words. It's so annoying. Includes 69. Oh my god. 2. Okay, true. Okay, nice. I can just use that then. All right. So. While visited includes IP, does not include IP, we're gonna execute that goddamn instruction. So it's gonna be program IP. You know what? You know what is gonna be even cooler if we would return an object. How about that? What if each individual instruction is gonna be an object? So instruction. So is this how we do that? I think an argument. Yeah, and then I can do something like inster. Can I do switch case in JavaScript on strings? Switch case on strings. Is that even possible? Switch statement. So case, can you do that on strings? Is it possible on strings? Okay, execute block, I think it's possible, so that indicates you can do that. Okay, cool. So that means here I can do something like switch, and then I can have something like case. So we have nop, this is the first one, and then we're gonna have ek. We're gonna have ek. Is it ek and GMP? Okay, ek. Break and GMP. Cool. Is it possible to have something like assert? So let me see. If I go here and I do assert like false, will that do the? It doesn't properly support read line like Emacs key bindings, like any read line application. It's so half-assed. Okay, so false. All right, can I add additional instructions here, like additional message here? Okay, cool, I can add additional message. So I can put something like this, unknown instruction. Unknown instruction. Might as well actually, well, I mean, yeah. Just indicate what exactly is the unknown instruction for debug purposes. Might as well actually copy paste this thing here. So let's go somewhere here. Boom, boom. There we go. Yeah, I know that JavaScript has all of these weird quirks and stuff like that. Okay, on top of that, how do I push to the arrays? Do I do a push? Yes, I do. Yeah, if I have something like this, x push 5, and then I take a look at that, it's 5. Cool. So after that, after I executed this entire instruction, I can just push IP here, and there we go. We know that we already visited all of that shit. So in case of nop, we do nothing, right? So we just increment the IP. So by the way, what if we reach the end of the instruction? Do we go over? I don't think they discussed that. I don't think they discussed that, but maybe we can try to do something like this. So essentially, I'm gonna just assert that IP is less than the size of the program, right? Is it just like, okay, than the size of the program? And then we can troubleshoot that later. Okay. So, and in case of accumulator, we're gonna take the accumulator and we're gonna add the program IP arg. There we go. So this is how we do that. In case of a jump, and yeah, after that we have to do something like this. We're gonna do program IP arg. Okay, cool. So, and this loop, if all the assertions will stay true, if this loop goes out, that means we detected a loop. And the only thing we need to do now is to print the value of the accumulator. So once we hit the instruction that we already visited, so we do not execute it, and we just need to print the value of the accumulator. We don't really need to print it. I think we can just return it. So at this particular point, we can just return the accumulator, and this is the whole virtual machine. Oh my god, I feel so cool. I implemented a virtual machine in 37 lines of code that just iterates over an array and adds numbers. Isn't that amazing? Absolutely fucking amazing. I feel like a real computer scientist. I'm not sure if it works yet. We'll see about that, but yeah. And it will be printed here. So what's going to be the value in this particular case? So immediately before the program will run instruction, the value in the accumulator is 5. Let's find out. So I have my input. I'm going to test on the sample right now, right? So I'm going to do make, and it crashed because assertion is not defined. Are you fucking serious? Are you telling me that it's yet another case of Node.js actually importing things in REPL, but not importing thing when I load the thing? How am I supposed to use assert then? Do I do it like require assert? Is that what I do that? I suppose that's how I do that. Console assert, but how can I use it without, like in here? Just like that, I can just do assert without console and it just works. Okay, so I'm gonna do just assert, require assert, something like that. And let me try to run that one more time. What do I really need to do strict? I'm not really sure if it's strict is that necessary, because I don't know what it does. So I'm not gonna use it, so I don't understand what it does. I usually don't use things that I don't know what they do. And there you go, 0! Epic! Absolutely fucking epic, mate. I'm so fucking happy. Alright, so let's try to troubleshoot. What the fuck is going on? So, an accumulator add... What we can try to do here is basically trace the executed instructions, like it's going to be program IP, right? And let's just see if it's going to print anything. So we did nop, then we incremented, we pushed IP to visit it. Ah! That's very funny. Okay. So we should have actually pushed IP to visit it here, because it incrementing IP and then put that into visited. How dumb could I be to do this kind of shit? Okay, so nice one. 5. There we go. You see, it works. It's 5. Now, so here's my input. I want to double check that I actually downloaded the right input. So it starts with 5839 and ends with plus 128. Okay, that looks okay. And now, if I go to input txt, is it gonna first try? Let's find out. Oh, fuck you. Don't fucking tell me that. Is that a coincidence? What the fuck? Wait a fucking second. I'm actually really scared. Did I make a mistake or did I not make a mistake? Is that a coincidence that my input actually returns 5? Ooh, boy. Okay, so let me, on top of that, print console log visited. How many motherflippers did we visit? we visited the same shit. Oh, I'm always reading samples? What the fuck? No, I don't. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Jesus Christ, I'm an idiot. There we go. Okay. So now that's the proper path. So, and the result is 2051. Thank you so much. First try, motherflipper! Fuck yeah. It's actually easier than the yesterday's graph and shit, to be fair. Yesterday graphs was actually so difficult to parse. Well, it wasn't that difficult to parse, but it's just I don't want to parse this shit. But yeah. So cool. So maybe the time has come to commit that. Maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna commit it once I like fully done with it. But yeah, that's super cool. So maybe we're gonna move this thing outside of the part 1 function, and yeah, we'll see how it's going. Let's go to the part 2. So exactly one instruction is corrupted. Okay. After some careful analysis, you believe that exactly one instruction is corrupted. Somewhere in the program, either a jump is supposed to be a nope or nope is supposed to be a jump. No accumulated instructions were harmed in the corruption of this boot code. The program is supposed to terminate by attempting to execute an instruction immediately after the last instruction in the file. So the program is supposed to terminate by attempting to execute an instruction immediately after the last instruction in the file. Okay, I think I do understand what it means. By changing exactly one jump or nope, you can repair the boot code and make it terminate correctly. For example, the same program from above, right? The same program from above. If you change the first instruction from nope 0 to jump 0, it would create a single instruction infinite loop, never leaving that instruction. If you change almost any of the jump instruction, you still eventually find another jump instruction and loop forever. Okay, however, if you change the second to last instruction from jump to 4 to nope to 4, the program terminates. The instructions are visited in this order. Okay. So, what is the value of the accumulator after the program terminates? Is there only one way to repair it? Is there only one way to repair it? Where is my tea? I need my tea. I think I'm okay. Exactly one instruction in the script. So you can only change the instruction itself. I see. You can only change the instruction itself. So what's the size of the visited? What's the size of the visited? It's not a function. 205. So can we just keep simulating over and over again? And if we see nope, we try to change it to jump. And if we see a jump, we try to change it to nope and see if it terminates or not. It's actually basically brute forcing, right? So first you can try to accumulate everything that was visited. Then you iterate over everything that was visited, right? Over everything that was visited. And if you see jump, you change it to nope, try to simulate it, see if it terminates. And if you see nope, try to change it to jump. That's actually pretty straightforward. It's not that difficult to do. We can do that, I think. We can do that. How many copies do you have? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. So yeah, I think it's not that hard. C++ simplified. It's like it's a C++ traditional, Java simplified. Anyway, so Sexy Monk, thank you so much. So let's introduce this thing. You got your hair and studied programming in JavaScript. Yeah, 2020 is really rough. I'm really sorry. Why am I sorry for? What am I sorry for? What the fuck is wrong with me? I'm trying to think about my solution and also talk with the chat simultaneously. That's why I'm saying weird shit. I'm really apologize for that. So we're gonna have a part 2 and we're gonna accept the file path here. All right. Yeah, so I'm a Canadian. That's why I cut my hair. That's not the reason. So we're gonna put return 69. Actually, like, programming this problem in JavaScript is way too easy, to be fair. Like, I don't even fight with the language because I kind of programmed in JavaScript before, so like I have the feel to the language. So yeah, it was a little bit more difficult to program in Go for me because I didn't have the feel for the language. You took fraying the hair even more seriously. Yes, I did. Professional JavaScript developer. Yes, exactly. That's who I am now. We'll be interesting if there's a better problem than just trying to flip each instruction in order until it terminates. I scratch my head trying to come up with something better than that. Yeah. So if you want problems where you're forced to come up with something better than an obvious solution, try code forces, like seriously. Because they give you a problem and the obvious solution will just not work. It's not gonna pass by memory and time limitations, and you will be forced to try to come up with something better, and it's usually very hard. So try something like this. I think it's gonna be really good for you. But for such a pleb like myself, I'm gonna go with a dumb solution. Can we have a guessing game for your next language where we can bet lost brain cells? I have no idea how to set that up, I'm sorry. So is there like an easy way to do that? Because I don't want to invest time into doing that, and especially I don't want to spend time writing program that interacts with Twitch API. Just not my favorite. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to actually extract that to a separate thing. So first of all, let's do the following thing. I'm gonna put the program parsing situation outside of the part 1, and I'm gonna make part 1 and part 2 accept programs instead of file names. They're gonna accept programs. Right, and here, that's how we're gonna do about that. Right. So here is the program. And I need to have a function. Like, I need to have a function that would first return me the accumulator and also return me the visited. I think I can do that. So simulate, let's call it execute, something like this, program. Right, and we're gonna put everything there. Right, so it's gonna be accumulator, visited, and but here we're gonna return something more interesting than that. Right, we're gonna return something more interesting. So we're not gonna log anything here. We're gonna return an object that gives us the accumulator, visited, and whether it was terminated. So for now it's going to be false, but how can we know if it was terminated? So the way we're going to do that, we're going to take this entire condition and I'm going to put it here, right? So while this is less and it doesn't include that, we're going to keep executing that. And whether it's terminated is going to be determined by IP greater or equal program length. There we go. So, and this is going to be our object, right? So if you want to execute something, you just put the program here and you get a summary of what happens here. Pretty straightforward in my opinion. Pretty straightforward, but it keeps evaluating visited over and over again, so I don't think it's gonna... We'll see, maybe that's okay. So in part one can be solved relatively easy, I think. You essentially do execute program, and then I'm gonna do accumulator. There we go. So this is the whole thing. So execute the program and I get accumulator. So what's up, Limbakota? Welcome to the stream. What's up? What's up? How is it going? Cool. So what's going to be the part two? What's going to be the part two? I need to collect visited things. So this is the original one. Visited, execute, program. Actually, I need visited. Right. Actually, I need visited. So then I want to iterate through all of the instructions. Right, it's going to be let IP in visited. Was it did I already use in? I think I did. All right. So if program IP instruction equal jump donating sorting. What is? Did we get a donation? Did I miss it? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, thank you so much. I need to put my headphones on. Thank you so much. Just a second. I need my Streamlabs to refresh. God damn it. And Streamlabs is so bad because it doesn't show me immediately right away. Thank you so much for the donation, whoever donated. Jeff Bezos. Okay, that's a good one. Thank you for $5. Yeah, my birthday was well. I mean, yeah, it was recent, but yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Why not? Is there something wrong with what I did? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. All right, cool. So if it's a jump, that's what we're gonna try to do. Program IP instruction will become nup, right? It will become nup, and yeah, no, this is how we're gonna do that. It will become nup. Then we're gonna try to execute the program, the modified program, and so this is gonna be the result. And if result terminated, we're gonna instantly return result accumulator. Okay, so so maybe it would be better to do it as a switch, but I already started to type it as and then we'll have to switch it back. GMP. I'm just thinking, is there like a better way to do that? So if we had a function, something like flip that accepts instruction, right? And you can switch upon that instruction. So it's going to be case GMP, and it's going to return you nop. So, and in case of nop, it's going to be GMP. And in case of default, we're going to do assert. Right. unknown. Maybe we're gonna put it in expected instruction. Unexpected instruction, something like this. Inster. There we go. Cool. So, and essentially here, I didn't even need to do anything. If program IP instruction not equal accumulator, so we're essentially doing, we'll just do flip on that instruction. Just do flip on that instruction. Try to execute that. And then we're flipping it back. Right, then we're flipping it back. You see what I mean here? So basically it simplifies everything, right? So Troll Bob, man, thank you so much for thank you so much for 6 months of Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you, and welcome to our epic advent of Code Club. Comrade, where is your hair? I mean, I studied the program in JavaScript and it's pretty toxic. Hello, Andino7. So, okay. Let's continue. Let me think. So I'm not really sure how for each works, so I think it would be a little bit safer for me to do something like this. Ah, fuck it. It needs to do return. Alright. Whatever. So intentionally purpose that will give you the indexes or let of will give you elements. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Alright. So is that it? I also need to put the assertion here, I think. I'm gonna do assert. Saying false, could not find terminating solution. And the question is, by the way, is that the same sample? Is that the same sample? Same program of above? It's the same program above. Okay, however, if you change the second to last instruction, blah blah blah, to last instruction, the program terminates attempting, and the value is going to be 8. So this is how we know that we are correct. So the final value is going to be 8. And there we go. So the final value is 8. And my answer is supposed to be 2304. So if I put it here and bam, first fucking try. The first try, by the way. This problem is actually surprisingly easy to solve. I didn't expect that. So I kind of see what they were trying to go for, right? They were trying to go for like, oh, you're doing halting problem, ooh, and halting problem is not solvable, ooh, but it's not Turing complete, right? It's not Turing complete system, so like, yeah, halting problem in this particular system is actually pretty straightforward. You visit instruction the second time, there you go, you found a loop, but it's not going to work in a Turing complete system because each instruction can behave differently depending on the context, and that's why detecting these kind of loops and shit like that is going to be impossible essentially. So yeah, so basically this problem is trying to debate unexperienced like a first, second, year CS students or something. Yeah, that's what it's trying to do. But yeah, so it works and we got both of the stars. How about that? That's pretty epic. And I didn't get debated because I'm an experienced software developer. Alright, and I wonder which problem is gonna actually, win me and I won't be able to solve it. So far, yeah. So let's do a committee 69th. I mean, there's only 25 of them, so I don't know if 69th is gonna be. Yeah, this one is easier than the yesterdays. The yesterdays was actually kind of annoying, especially with all of this format. Yeah. Hello, Masha Fisher. I hope I pronounced your nickname correctly. I'm not sure if I did, but thank you. Thank you so much. Alright, so let me see. So I want to create a readme. I usually create readmes where I, you know, explain what exactly the fuck is going on in this solution. Usually I say something like day 8 solution in JavaScript. So is there any official website for JavaScript? I think I will participate in Advent of Code next year. You actually can participate at any moment because all of the, like, the archive of all of the Advent of Codes is available. So you can go to 2015 and it's still available there. You can solve them if you want. So you can go to 2016 and so on and so forth. You can just solve archive. But I mean, maybe you want to participate for a competition, right? Because I think, like, whoever solved first, they get some additional, like, internet points or whatever. But yeah. Alright, so JavaScript. Let me take a look. I don't really need a tutorial on JavaScript. I need the official website of JavaScript, something that represents the JavaScript as a language. What's the official website of JavaScript? It doesn't even have... JavaScript doesn't even have an official website. How about that? That's amazing. Even C++, fucking C++ has an official website, believe it or not. It's isocpp.org. At least it's listed in Wikipedia. I don't know how reliable that information is, but yeah, that's the official website. ECMAScript. Whatever. MDN. MDN is just documentation, but it's not really official. Okay, so I'm not gonna list anything here. So we're gonna have a quick start. No one's taking ownership of JavaScript. Goddamn right. Install Node.js. Okay, so where can I download Node.js? This is not what I wanted. Google, stop being a smart ass, Google. Okay, so install Node.js and make sure Node is available in path, right? Then just do make, right? Just do make. Nothing special, and that will actually work. There we go. Here's my solution. What happened to Sodnik's marvelous lock of hair? I just shaved it off. That's exactly what I did. I just shaved it off. Assuming JS developers have Make on their machines, they're using either Linux or macOS. They usually do have Make. Do you have, like, Make by default on macOS? I think you do. I think you kind of do. It got too hot when programming. Yeah, so I actually got tired of, like, taking care of my hair, so I decided to just shave it off. That's it. No more worries, no more hair. How many years it took you to grow the hair back then? Well, it took me like 10 years to grow my hair to the point of yesterday. So another 10 years, I'm gonna have the same hair. It's not that much, I mean, it's just another 10 years. Hair is a bloat, yeah, exactly. Okay, so anyway, so I'm gonna do a committee chat. Chat, are you ready for an epic committee for an epic reveal of the solution? Do you really have Make by default on Linux? It depends on the distro, I suppose. Yeah, in some, like, Debian based, probably not. But I'm pretty sure you do have Make by default on Gentoo, maybe? Whatever. Okay. Add solution for day 8, and I'm gonna push that right into the repo, and the repo is available right here. Oh, it's not available right here, but it's available here. Thank you, Lindro Braga, I suppose. Thank. Yeah. So you're trying to make daily JS challenges to get familiar with it? Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. It's not like I worked in commercial projects in JavaScript and then... well, whatever. But I mean, I haven't worked, like, I worked on commercial projects that use very old JavaScript, but I do kind of understand JavaScript. I just not. I'm a JavaScript veteran. Okay, I'm a web development veteran. I know how to do like an old web development of zeros. I just not familiar with the new technologies like, you know, kids use these days, like React and Webpack and all of that goddamn bullshit. Where is my jQuery? God damn it! Where is my jQuery? I want jQuery. Anyway. So again, you can find my solutions here. I post them right on the stream usually, so they are in different languages every goddamn fucking time. Yeah, so far that's a lot of fucking languages. So far we solved problems in Rust, Haskell, Java, D, C++, Python, Go, and today it was a JavaScript. So that's a lot of languages, not gonna lie. There's something wrong with the Python solution. For some reason it stopped working, so I tried to run it on my input and it just produces the wrong result, even though my sixth problem is solved. So I don't remember what exactly happened here, but I need to, you know, fix it up. MATLAB next. I don't have a MATLAB on my Linux machine, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. There's already a ninth problem available, but I'm not gonna solve it right now because I'm lagging behind for like 1 day to give people an opportunity to solve the problems without any spoilers. So I'm gonna solve the ninth problem tomorrow. GNU mathematics thing, I tried Octave, it's just kind of lame to be fair. I don't know. I'd rather use a real programming language. I'm sorry. I'd rather use a real programming language. So yeah, real kappa, eLisp. I mean, yeah. So we have shit ton of different Lisp. If I ran out of languages, what I can do, I can just start going through the Lisps. How many different kinds of Lisp do we have? We have Common Lisp, we have Scheme, we have Emacs Lisp, we have Clojure, Racket. I mean, Racket, you can say that Racket is a scheme, but Racket is actually a huge superset of scheme, and within the Racket you can create your small languages. Yeah, so that's the Lisps of the top of my head. Well, JavaScript is kind of Lisp. Oh, by the way, we can also try to do this shit in WebAssembly. How about that? In a raw WebAssembly, that would be actually pretty cool. In the textual representation of WebAssembly. Okay, so today, according to this skidoodle, yeah, so we're done with Advent of Code for today. We're done with Advent of Code, but today, according to the skidoodle, we're supposed to program in C++. But I don't feel like programming in C++ today, to be fair. I don't feel like programming in C++ because yesterday we were supposed to program in Rust, and the yesterday problem was so mundane that I didn't have any energy to program in Rust. So maybe I'm gonna program in Rust today instead of C++. Because I need to scratch that Rust itch, so maybe that's what we're gonna do today. I hope nobody's gonna be too mad about that. Well, except a good Duke. What's wrong with Rust? I mean, is that a bad language? I'm sorry, Duke. Well, we're gonna do C++ on the weekend, right? On weekend we usually have a lot of C++. What's up, Luke Gorilla? What's up? What's up? What's up, Vizara? You can't unsee anything. I'm sorry. That's not an option in 2020. All right, so we're gonna continue developing our UI framework in Rust. All right. Can you solve one of the problems in MIT Scrap? I should have done that for like. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. All right. So let me prepare a cup of tea. And then we're gonna continue developing the rest. So what we're developing in Rust is a TUI framework. So TUI stands for Terminal or Text UI. Right, so it's basically like a console application, but it has like UI, ASCII-based UI, and we're developing a framework in Rust, you know, that helps you to develop these kind of applications. So I heard, like, I was told that the design of my framework kind of resembles Flutter, even though I never programmed in Flutter. How many Flutter developers do we have in the chat? So yeah. Essentially, you develop UI like that. You declaratively describe in the code what kind of elements you're gonna have, and what kind of actions are gonna be handled and how they're gonna be handled, and then you give that UI to an engine, and it starts the event loop and it starts doing things using your UI. So this is kind of the thing that we're developing so far. Yeah. So let's take a look at some of this stuff. So maybe I need to change the title. So what should we put in the title? I'm gonna use the yesterday title because I think it worked relatively well. Flutter clone for TUI in Rust. Yes. I don't remember if it was exact title, but I kind of like it. Cup of tea with salt. These days I actually drink tea without like anything. No salt, no sugar, no anything, just a regular tea. Just purely for the caffeine. Just purely for the caffeine. So let's do update CMD project. Update CMD project in Cake Sap. I don't even know what it is, I'm sorry. Project, what's hey, we are developing. Oh, I forgot about that meme. Jesus Christ, this is such an old meme. Yeah, alright. So not everybody knows that, but this is how you spell, you know, sugar in Russian. But this is not how you pronounce it, because it's Cyrillic. So it's kind of a tough one. So today we're developing a TUI framework in Rust. That feels, so it's not pronounced like cake sap. It's not pronounced like that. That feels like Flutter. So it's gonna be source code cake sap. Yeah. HTTPS github.com Zozin RCUI. And there we go. So that should be working. That should be working. All right, so we're switching to Rust, and I'm gonna go to kitchen. Cooks up, exactly, hands up. And I'm gonna turn on my kettle. Yo, what's up, Epic Roosters? How's it going? Who's programming in Roost here? Alright, so what's up, TUI Reclama? I would really appreciate if you spoke English, because this is an English-speaking stream, and it's kind of too much work for me to keep translating Russian to English all the time, so I'm sorry if I don't respond in Russian. So, yeah, so I have two things here. Let's actually go back. Zozin RCUI. And I'm gonna go here. So we're going to take a look at some of the examples of this UI. Should be pretty straightforward. So first of all, we have a grid, right? So we have something like grid. Let me see. So this is a grid, cargo run example. And this is how it looks like. Just wait a second. I'm still reading the book. What do you mean? The Rust book? Now you're bold. Yes. I just, like, recently I turned 30 and just insta-boldness. That's how it works. So essentially you can define like the grids like that, so you can see like separate elements in each cells, and you can even have different proportions for different rows and stuff like that. So this is like the simplest example of the UI, like of what you can do with this UI framework, and it automatically, as you can see, recalculates all of the sizes and everything like that. So it's actually pretty cool. Yeah, terminal CSS essentially. So another example would be an item list, right? A simple item list with Vim controls, right? It also supports scrolling, you see. So it has this area allocated for the elements, and it scrolls within that area, right? And even if you change the sizes, it still scrolls everything correctly. So that's a little bit more complex example that you can have here. So then you can have a double panel example, a little bit more complex. It's when you have two lists, right? So there's one, and you can press tab and switch the focus to the right one. So we have a concept of the focus. So as you can see, the examples become more and more complex over time. All right, another one is going to be almost like a double panel, but transfer list. So this is also two panels, but now you can interact with the lists. Now we can press enter and transfer the current element to the right list. Like this, then you can press tab and transfer them back, and this is what our UI frameworks enables you to do. So it gives you like a set of widgets that you can compose like that and make them interact with each other, but it's not really finished yet, right? So we're in the middle of designing this framework, and recently we started to work on a new component which is called edit field, right? So where you can edit text, right? So right now, like, this example doesn't look as like cool or anything, so it's essentially a single edit field stretched over the whole screen, right? And what you can do so far, you can type characters there, and it also right now supports Unicode, right? So for example, I can type Cyrillic here, which is Unicode. You can move left and right, and you can remove the characters. You can have like a backspace, delete, and so on and so forth, and then later you can use that text for something else, right? So, but we're in the middle of developing that edit field widget. That edit field widget is very important, and it's quite important to get it right. And this is probably what we're going to continue developing today, because we have a lot of issues related to that. So I have an... now the user can select text in... Oh, shit! It was open. I don't remember that issue. I didn't see it. So I was about to work on that today, but apparently Lindo Braga implemented selections for edit field. Oh shit. Thank you so much. Okay, well, let's take a look at it. So there are a few things that need changes. I used key F1 select left and F2 select right temporarily. It needs to be changed because I don't know how to properly set it up, sorry. There's some code duplication that I didn't know where to put it. Hope this code is useful to you. Thanks for the great streams. Thank you for watching me, and thank you for the pull requests. Alright, so let's take a look. That's a lot of changes, not gonna lie. So let me see. Okay, so I mean, the specific keys are not really that important, right? Specific keys are not really that important because this is just an example, because you always can remap it to something else. But for example, it would be useful to use something like shift left or shift right, but I don't know how to capture shift left and shift right either, so don't worry about that. Okay, so, oh shit, now we introduced like a concept of the cursor. Don't worry about it, we're gonna research it. Like, programming, being a good programmer is not about knowing everything, it's about researching how to do things. Did I actually put the kettle? Just a second. I don't remember. Okay. I'm back. So. So we have a cursor, it has a position, it also has a selection of set, right, and it's signed integer because it can be on the left and it can be on the right. Cool. And we replace that cursor with this thing. This is really close to how I would do it, so yeah. So this is that, and selection. Okay, so what this function does? Oh, it returns you like the current range of the symbols, okay. So you take a position, then you take an offset, and what if offset? Okay. Back from lurking. Welcome back, Jiang. Jiang just switched his mode. Alright, so then we take the selection of set, compare it to 0. That's a really interesting way of... Wait a second. What's this all about? Like simply, it's like sort of like a safe way of comparing things. Okay, that's a really interesting way of doing that. Why is Tony stream? I'm replacing him today, so don't worry. He got sick with boldness. So we also can delete selection. Cool. And then you can unselect by setting selection offset. Okay. So left. All right. So you take the selection. If it's none, you just change the position. If selection is on, okay, that makes sense. I would assume that this is symmetrical to this thing. Delete back. If you have selection, you delete the selection. When you insert characters, you replace. Oh my god, you actually took into account all of the cases here. Oh shit. Okay. GitHub editor. Yeah, I actually saw that. Where's the hair? I traded it with GitHub for dark mode. So yes. I just cut it off, so that's basically the answer. So extract highlight function to remove code duplication. Where's the highlight function? Highlight, where is the? Okay. I see. Extract highlight, differentiate the cursor during selection. There is no difference from the normal cursor when you're selecting only one character, but the behavior is different. Insertion will delete the highlight. Yeah, I see. Thanks for sacrificing your hair so we can have a dark mode on Git. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, all right. What's up on the both? Mr. Gonna give a good explanation for that. The explanation is very simple. Okay, so I already explained that multiple times. That's why I'm giving like a half-assed explanations. Right, so I absolutely hate going to a barber. Right, since I was a child. And I'm 30 years old and still hate doing that because I cannot sit on a chair for like even half of an hour. I get like I need to do something, I need to work on something, I need to do things. So, and I always hated that. So at some point I decided I'm never gonna go to barber ever again, and because of that I have two options, right? Either go like a very long hair or go no hair at all. I tried long hair for 10 years and it's a huge pain in the ass to maintain it. And again, like I'm really focused on programming and stuff like that. I just don't have time to maintain it. And I finally decided to go the other way, try no hair at all. So, and today was the day when I decided to finally try it. So that's the whole explanation. It's actually very dumb and very simple. I just don't like going to barber and decided to try something else. Surprisingly, he looks good. I don't know. You saying that because you didn't leave the stream, so maybe a lot of people don't think that I look good and they just left the stream. So that's why nobody says that I look bad or anything. Maybe there is a way to generalize it better instead of returning option range always. Don't worry about that. Like what I do, how I usually solve this kind of problems where I don't know how to properly generalize that, If I don't know how to generalize something, I basically assume I don't have enough information. Because if I had enough information, that means the generalization would be obvious. So what I essentially do, I just let the code spaghetti grow a little bit until the pattern becomes obvious and until generalization becomes obvious. So if you don't know how to generalize something or do something, for now, just leave it as it is. Just let it grow big enough so you can generalize it later. That's actually a good explanation. Thanks. Also, it looks good. Thank you. Thank you, Nipoth. So maybe I need to put that into a command. Like I'm really sorry that I'm giving half-ass explanations all the time, because this is, I think, my 5th time. I don't know. Maybe somebody can count, but 5th time explaining this. So let's do @cmd here. What's up, hotspots? So Zozin don't like to go to barbers. So he wore, is that how you spell past of wear? I think it's wore. So he wore long hair for a while and got sick of it and decided to try to just go completely bald. Is that a good explanation, by the way? I don't know. So Zozin don't like to go to barbers, so he wore long hair for a while and got sick of it recently and decided to try to just go completely bald and see how it goes. I think that's a good explanation. Okay. So, and we can also add one here so people can redirect people. All right. I thought you were going with the narrative if you're trading it for diamond. It was a joke. Decided. Thank you so for checking my grammar. Okay, cool. All right. I'm actually quite surprised that it looks decent. I guess it looks okay. Yeah. I should actually change all my avatars on all of the social media to just egg. Right, so because a lot of my avatars, they have hair, so they're kind of outdated. So, yes, egg. All right, looks good. Thank you. It's kind of strange. Like, I thought that when I become adult, I would actually accept going to barbers and just sitting in the chair for a long time, but I still cannot do that. Like, it's just impossible for me. The tea is making weird noises, I don't know why. So, okay. What was it? Okay, I want you to fetch the latest changes. So, no femgit for you. What do you mean? You can't be a femboy and bald simultaneously? That's not very progressive of you. What the fuck? Okay, so... anyways. Yeah, I want you to go here. The part that irks me with barbers is that most of them want to talk to you while they're going here. They're like taxi drivers or something, yeah. And this is one of the reasons why I don't like to ride a taxi as well. I would rather suffer in a fucking horrible Russian buses or marshutkas and not talk to, you know, taxi drivers, because in Russia, especially in Russia, taxi drivers, like, they're like, you know, Soviet boomers who are pro-Putin, and they cannot shut up talking about Putin all the time. And I personally not big politics guy, so it's just fucking unbearable. Even though it's more comfortable, it's just, for fuck's sake. Taxi, do these things still exist? Yeah. They do. I mean, at least in Russia. I don't know. In Brazil, do you have them in Brazil? I don't know. Would you just say against Putin? Well, if you say something against Putin, you won't gonna arrive in your destination. So you have to essentially agree with them all the time. So, it's like, I don't know, the whole Russia is divided into like old generation that absolutely fucking loves Putin and younger generation that absolutely despise him. So, and it's kind of difficult for us to coexist in a single country, but I mean, we kind of do. So anyway, you could have a taste for tea. Alright. Oh, you mean that? Okay, I mean, sure, whatever. What are we doing? Yeah, I want you to fetch the changes from Linda Braga. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at your repo. And I'm gonna actually add your repo to one of my rain modes. So I'm gonna add. I went to Turkey last year, and the best part is that they don't speak English and they don't speak Turkey. Nice one. But how do you communicate with people? It's kind of interesting. Oh shit, okay, so I don't understand what the fuck am I doing to the fan. Yeah, I wanted to do something like this, with this, and I'm fetching this stuff. Okay, what do we got? So, 45, and let's. I'm sorry, reflexes. Like when you constantly switch between the languages very often, it's kind of difficult. Like you still like trigger wrong reflexes all the time. All targets. There we go. All right. So if I understand correctly, now if I try to run example 05 edit field. And if I try to type something, right, oh goddammit, okay, wait a second. So, and if I understand correctly, I can do, yeah, there we go, and I can do backspace and I can remove that. That's actually super cool. So then I can replace it. Oh shit, that's very cool. Hello, just hadn't been in here for a couple times. I wasn't prepared for this haircut. I mean, I did it only yesterday, so today is the first day, like, it's the first day of the rest of my life, I suppose. And you can find an explanation in a hair, not hair. I'm gonna put it in the title just in case, you know. So I'm gonna put today and hair. Hair. Hair today. Okay, that's actually very cool. So let me take a look at the at your code and see if we can improve some things. Right, if we can improve something. Specifically, maybe I can find a way to do shift left and shift right, which is kind of interesting, right? Shift left and shift right. So instead of doing that, so I want to simply print the key that we got, right? Let's just print the key that we got, and we'll take a look at its number. Gil Christian, thank you so much for 6 months of tier 1 subscription. Thank you, and welcome to our Epic Bold Club. That's right. Yeah, thank you, I really appreciate that. That's very cool. Okay, so we're gonna try to log that and see how it goes. Shift. Oh shit. Okay, so it apparently it sent like a sequence of these characters. Really? It was a sequence of them. Oh, it's an escape sequence. God damn. So this one is actually kind of complicated. Not gonna lie. But maybe we can insert some of this stuff. Right. So I'm gonna do format. format like this. And maybe I'm gonna even separate each individual key, and then I can take a field, and inside of the field I can insert chars. Okay, that's very interesting. So you can insert like only in single char. Wrong stream. Well, it's a right stream. Hello, Cozy White Bear, by the way. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Welcome. So what I wanted to do. So I will need to convert all of that into chars. But then I will have to first convert a single char to a slice. Aerodynamic sorting. Now I'm aerodynamic, I can run very, very fast. Extremely fast. So yeah. Even faster coding speed, exactly. Okay, so I don't know how to do that either. So we're gonna put to do, replace key F1 and key F2 with shift plus left. Did you create a to do for that? I don't remember if you already did, so let me double check. So we can try to use our snitch thingy. You didn't, okay, thank you. So I'm gonna put it like that. Replace F1 with shift left and shift right in 05 edit field. Okay, so this is one to do that I'm gonna add, and let me take a look at your to-dos. So I remember that you added that. Extract highlight function to remove code duplication. Well, yeah. It's not... yeah, I would remove it for now, because we simply don't have enough information how to properly abstract it away. So let's just not think about it, and let's just not distract ourselves with this kind of problem, right? So it's gonna be solved later. Maybe we're gonna refactor it so much that that problem is not gonna make any sense, right? If we don't know how to abstract something away, just wait a little bit, it will become a little bit obvious later. So this one, on the other hand, I think is quite important. Differentiate the cursor during selection, right? That's quite important, and this is something that I may work right now, after we reported everything. Okay, so this is going to be 45. Reorganize to-dos. There we go. And I'm going to quickly report everything that we have there. For those who doesn't know, I have a special tool called Snitch that basically collects all of the to-dos in your source code and reports them as issues to the repo. And it's quite convenient for workflow that I'm usually following when I'm developing things. I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to also mention that these to-dos were introduced in the pull request 49, not even 69 unfortunately. And I used... yeah, I should actually do report. What's up, Zia? Welcome to the stream. So I'm going to put that, I'm going to put that. And all of these to-dos were reported, and I'm going to push that right into your repo, Lindor Braga. I'm really sorry. Thank you for kind words. I can't really focus on work code for a long time, can't surpass the 2 hours mark. Any suggestion, Soding? I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't code 2 hours straight then? Essentially, do that for 2 hours, and after 2 hours just relax and take a break, and then see how much time it takes for you to go back into work and work another 2 hours. So why do you need to surpass? I think the question is completely incorrect. I don't think you need to surpass that. Why don't you add go bin into your path? That would be a good idea. But the problem is that I already developed reflexes to type tilde/go/bin/snitch, and even if I add that to bin, I will still type that. So maybe I should do that at some point and force myself to just type snitch, but I just so good used to typing that it's kind of difficult to get rid of that. I'm sorry. I do understand that it's annoying for people who watch because it's such an obvious thing to do, but I just, you know, developed the reflexes and I cannot do anything about that. Sorry. I know it's dumb, right? But yeah, my workflow is filled with dumb shit like that. Like, I just got used to doing things this way, and it's just easier for me to follow that dumb way rather than retrain myself. Pepega life, I know. Pepega life, it is what it is. All right. Yeah, I think it's good. We're gonna wait until the continuous integration is done. Well, it works. Yeah, it works. Okay, looks good to me. Thumbs up. Thank you for your contribution. There we go. And we're gonna merge that right into the master. How about that? Isn't that amazing? Thank you so much, by the way. I didn't expect anybody submitting such complex pull requests, because usually people submit something, you know, pretty simple, but that's like a new feature, like it's a new functionality that's implemented in a decent way. Thank you so much. I usually get this kind of quality of pull requests in something by Kolumbetka. So yeah. I'm using it to learn Rust. Oh, you're welcome to learn Rust on these kind of projects. So yeah. All right. So we now have additional pull requests. Issues. I mean, not pull requests, but issues. Differentiate the color during selection. So this is something that I'm gonna try to tackle right now. But before, I'm gonna just fetch the latest changes that we just merged, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, origin master, and we'll see. Okay, so what's the problem, right? What's the problem? Cargo run example 05 edit field. There we go. So in edit field, we can type some stuff, also Russian symbols, and recently we got a selection, right? Recently we got a selection. So the problem with this selection is that where is the cursor? Is it here or is it here? And also when you only start selecting something, oh shit, okay. When you only start selecting something, there's already selection in place, but it's absolutely unclear, like, is this a cursor or is this a selection? You have to go a little bit further. So what we need to do here is probably a different color for selection. That would be great, I think. Yeah. So let's see how it handled in Vim, for example, right? If you have something like this, and well, Vim doesn't give a shit, apparently. But I think we should give a shit. I think we should give a shit. One of the things we can do, we can introduce like a separate style for selection. So let me see, let me find it. Style. So we have different styles. We have like just a regular style where we have black background and white foreground. We have a cursor which is opposite. It gives a shit, you just have a Pepega Vim. Let me see. So if you have something like this. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So we also have an active cursor. So we probably need to introduce something like selection pair. And what's going to be the selection? What's going to be the colors that we're going to have here? Imagine using vertical bar cursor in terminal. I don't think it matters that much. We're studying who or that guy. Check out the hair command. So there's an explanation here. But I do understand that you're trying to joke here. maybe look at how Cocoon does selection. Well, I mean, I already gathered enough information about selection. Why do we still talking about that? Block cursor is so 1998. What's wrong with that? JavaScript, the first release of JavaScript was in 1995. JavaScript is older than block cursor. How about that? Got him. So every time, yeah, I really like how every time people talk about JavaScript and how modern that technology is, I just bring up the first release of JavaScript in 1995. So yeah. I think even Haskell is younger than JavaScript. So Haskell is more modern, even though it feels a little bit older. Okay, what kind of colors do we have? Do we have like a list of all of the colors in curses package? Do we have something like that? That would be great. So n curses. That would be poggers. I'm pretty sure in all of these like new fancy Zoomer terminals you can make the cursor whatever you want. So yeah. Cursed shaped like a closed parenthesis. The Russian cursor. Husky is 1990. Okay, so it's a little bit older then. Yeah. So color red. So let's take a look at the constants here. Okay, so can I take a look at all of the constants here? So we only have black, blue, cyan, green, magenta, white, and yellow. So we already use what? For inactive cursor we use cyan, which quite surprisingly, I'm not gonna lie, looks like orange in my theme. Double panel, I think this is how we do that. Yeah, there we go, this is supposed to be cyan. The fuck? There's something. Okay, so I know why it looks like this because of my X resources, because of my URXVT theme. Right, because of my URXVT theme. What? You cut your hair? Yes, I did. Here's the explanation. He molded. Yes. I molded into whoever I am right now. This is his final form. Yes. Can I have like a rainbow shit, please? Why don't I have rainbow mode anymore? What the fuck? Looks pretty nice. Thank you, Moragi. Thank you. These packages. So where is the rainbow? Oh, okay, still updating things. Do I look good with the shaped head? Thank you. Wait, but I thought the hair brought in subs. What will you do now? Well, it didn't work for too long. Like, the subs were increasing for 2 days. On the third day, they dropped flat. So I guess like this trick works. Like, you know, the novelty of that was like, oh, money, and then on the third day nobody gives a shit, so you always have to come up with new things to impress people. And yeah, and that's the real reason why I shaved my hair. Yes, that's the real reason. Anyway. So where's the rainbow? Rainbow mode. Oh, here it is. I want to install rainbow mode because it's such a cool mode, and I don't know why I don't have it installed here, because I think it was not really available at some point. But now, look. How about, can your Vim do that? Can your Vim do that? Essentially, this is a minor mode. It detects color hash, like hex numbers, and just shows you what kind of colors they are. It's very useful when you edit like CSS or HTML or things like that. Sublime can do that. Okay, I think it's actually quite essential if you're a software developer. Yeah, because you don't have to look up what that color looks like. You can just look at it. VS Code has that out of the box. Okay, so it's, I mean, Emacs had that before Sublime and Visual Studio Code. How about that? Goddamn Zoomers. Get out of my lawn. I'm joking, of course. It's just whatever. Emacs, am I right? Yeah. Does VS Code do that like out of the box? I'm kind of curious. Let me try that. OPT VS Code no sandbox. Is that how we do that? Sandbox, and I'm gonna try to open X profile. Was it profile? Resources? Yeah, there we go. Let me see. Snadbox. Yes. Have you been robbed? Where is your hair? Where is your beautiful pony? The fuck is going on? Here is the... Yeah, it was a good idea to create this command. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alright. Where is it? Out of the box. I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, I mean, to be fair, my Visual Studio Code is quite old and it hasn't been updated for quite some time, but I don't know. Yeah, so as you can see, the update is available, but it won't be able to update because it's located in a read-only file system, so it won't be able to do anything. It works for CSS files. Okay, so we can do X resources. I'm gonna copy that to CSS. I think I just have an old Visual Studio Code, but we can try to like have like a CSS here. Background like red. Oh shit, okay, so it was a syntactical error, right? It was just a syntactical error, and then you can do something like 18, and it also automatically gives you that, and you can even click. Can I click here and like have a color picker? There we go. Nice one. That's actually pretty cool. Like that. So I would imagine that Visual Studio Code is quite comfortable for web development because I mean it's created by web developers for web developers, so it obviously has all these things. Can your Emacs do that, Boomer? Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so I think we've been you know, bike shedding for too long. We need to go back to doing real work. Can you Emacs? I'm pretty sure you can make Emacs do that. I mean, come on. It has like a Turing complete programming language. You can do whatever the fuck you want. What happens to his hair? Yeah. So, yeah, thank you so much. So selection pair. So for the inactive cursor, we're gonna use the color black for the text, and for the background, we're gonna use not cyan, but maybe something else. Let's actually try to use... what about we gonna straight up use inactive cursor pair, because why not? Yeah, so selection is inactive cursor pair. Magenta doesn't even have magenta, so here's the problem. I don't think it has magenta. Oh, it does have magenta. Okay, sure. I mean, let's use magenta and see how it looks like. But with my color theme, it's not gonna look good. It's like a bordel today. Everybody joins the stream asking what the fuck has happened. Well, isn't that the point? And then they leave and never go back again. Yes, and I'm gonna be sitting here alone with my code, just like in good old times, good old days. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the edit field. So essentially, right, we need to give the selection a different color, right? That's what we need to do. Okay, so this is essentially what we do. When we are active, here's the selection. So if you don't have a selection, it's just that. If you do have a selection, you might as well do something like this. Selection pair, which is kind of dumb. it's kind of a dumb solution, but let's see how it works. So one of the tricks of efficient software development, or effective I would even say, is that to not be afraid to do dumb half-assed solutions, just to try things out, just to gather some information, right? So it's kind of bad to leave half-assed solutions as the final solutions, but as the means of explore something, don't be afraid of doing something like that. So, and let's do cargo run example 05 edit field. And let's see what's gonna happen. Feels bold, man, exactly. All right, now if I try to select something and it didn't work, because why? I have no idea. That was weird. So it literally just doesn't do anything. So got cooler, by the way, first try. So let me see. So we're gonna have a style, inactive cursor pair. Color. Is that because of the color magenta? Is that because of the color magenta? If I put cyan here, is it gonna work? That's really strange. I don't know. Okay, hello, welcome back. Refresh, by the way. Refresh, everyone. I don't know what happened. Maybe KGB is after me. But something really strange has happened. Yeah, don't forget to refresh. Don't forget to refresh. That's why I don't use cyan. God damn it. It's a good one. Yeah. We back. Two back. Champions of the arena. Right. Okay. Stream is back alive. Yes. So cyan is actually quite dangerous to use, as you can see. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. This was really strange, chat. Yeah. So let's try to recompile this stuff. Cargo build all targets. There we go. Is it gonna compile? Yes, it does compile. Let's try to run it. Okay, I feel like I did something extremely dumb. Proceeds to use cyan again. It's me. It is in fact me. What the fuck? Okay. So what we used before here is cursor pair, and that worked well. Yes, it works well, but it doesn't work anymore. Is that because I do not initialize it? I do initialize it. Selection pair. I don't know, man. I don't know. What about white? Maybe my terminal simply doesn't support that. It's kind of weird. Okay, so this particular combination of things works, but this doesn't work. Please don't tell me that it's gonna work now. Does it even rebuild them? Oh yeah, because I'm using the wrong. Oh, God damn it! I'm so dumb. I'm so bad at programming. I can't even solve the simplest thing. Just assign a goddamn color to a text. Shit. I first tried majority of advent of code problems, but when it comes to assigning a color to a character, I cannot fucking do that. Cheers, by the way. Anyways, welcome to Incursus, I suppose. Welcome to Incursus. It was CGI in the start. Yeah, exactly. It was a CGI all along. It's quite a change. Well, I'm doing well, I suppose. Yeah, thank you everyone who's first try got cooler. Yeah. A minute later, when I figure out what exactly is going on, like, yeah, goddamn. First try with the flip file. inactive cursor, and it didn't work for some reason. What's up, hungry spirits? Welcome to the stream. How are you getting doing, bruh? So, people said that I look like a Russian gangster. Is it true? You should implement here as welcome message for everyone who joins the stream. Well, I mean, it needed to be done for a while, but then later, it's not gonna... Yeah, we can do something like that. So this could be a selection, right, you see? But it doesn't show the actual cursor. It doesn't show the actual cursor. It would be kind of cool. Yeah. So is it cool? But the problem is that we're using a different cursor pair. Oh shit! I think I know what the fuck could be wrong. I think I know what the fuck could be wrong. So maybe you cannot have like a pair, several pairs with the same combination of colors. Maybe that's the situation. Maybe. So again, I'm gonna try it one more time. Const. Okay, we already have a selection pair. Is that because selection pair like? No, should be not. So I'm gonna init pair, selection pair, color black. It's a background if I understand correctly. It's a foreground, and for the background, we'll have to use magenta yet again. And the question is why this stuff doesn't work. Do I have to clean it up? Selection pair. It could be because of some sort of like incremental build bullshit. It could be because of that. It doesn't even compile. Magenta. Magenta. It's like magit, but magenta. Alright. So, and it just removes all of them. So what else do we have here? How about green? We haven't tried green. Magento. It's when you rebuilding the world fails. You're like magento. Magento. All right. So if we're gonna have something like this, and it still doesn't fucking work. So green is also not supported. Okay, wait a second. Obviously my terminal is fucked up. Can I have like a better terminal? So I remember I had something like ST, third party ST. Yeah, there we go. And do I have this thing? There we go. So if I try to do something like that here, if I do cargo run example, Alacrity, yeah, Alacrity, I'm not sure if I have that. I think it should be available somewhere in cargo. So if it's a cargo bin, yeah. So it's available in my other account. It's available in my other account, but if I want to install it here, I'll have to build it from scratch. I don't want to build it from scratch, unfortunately. Cargo run example 05 edit field. Alright, and if I try to do that, no, it's the same shit all over again. So that means something is really wrong with these colors, like green, cyan, blue. What about blue? Okay, so what about blue? Can we have blue in our lives? I'm blue, double day, double day, double day, double day, double day. We cannot have blue. What about yellow? Okay, so maybe we can have yellow. What do you guys think? Maybe we can have yellow. It was a parody, it was a parody. Calm down. We cannot have yellow. I'm confused. What if I do white? Does white work? Well, I'm gonna check it out now. No. What is going on? What if I rename it to Pepega? What is going... like literally nothing works. Is that because of the name or something? I'm really confused. Who is Pepega? It just doesn't fucking work. It doesn't wanna work. I'm so surprised. What the fuck? I never experienced anything like that in my entire life, to be fair. Okay. To fix, because I don't know what's the problem. Like, I'm having all the craziest idea right now. Like, yeah. Could be terminal support for the code. No, because I know it supports Cyan, and Cyan also doesn't work. As a matter of fact, Cyan also killed my stream. So, no. It's just something with the fourth color specifically. It's just something with that. The fourth Pepega thingy. Do we... Wait a second. Is somebody initting the colors twice? Oh shit. Is that me who wrote that code? Yes, it was me. You're supposed to initialize them only once. And I initialize them inside of the... Wait. Start colors. Why do I even fucking do that, bruh? There's like init style. Yeah, oh my god, bruh. I'm such an idiot. Wait. Fuck. So we don't have any style because, okay, so it's gonna be style. Oh my god. I'm really sorry, chat. I'm really Pepega coder. I'm a huge Pepega coder, but it is what it is. But it is what it is. Okay, so if I try to do that, there we go. Now this shit works. Now it works. Oh my god, I wasted so much time trying to troubleshoot something that didn't exist. So it's gonna be selection pair. This guy become a good Rust programmer. Good Rust programmer don't initialize colors twice. Okay. How do you succeed in game industry, right? So magenta, right? So let's use magenta this time. Okay, so we don't have Pepega anymore. We only have selection pair. There we go. Cool. And if I run it, and would you look at that? Here is magenta. Anaboth. Where is Anaboth? Here's magenta for you. It works. I figured it out. Anaboth probably already left because I'm so big. Oh, here we go. It's for you. Oh, it's magenta. Yeah. Alrighty. So, but I'm not sure if I want to include the... But looks purple. What's the difference between purple and magenta? Purple versus magenta. Because I don't speak English. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because... magenta. Yeah, because all of the colors in my terminal are actually less bright. They're darker. That's why magenta would look like purple. Yeah, that would make sense. Is the difference? Yeah, magenta basically brighter and purple is darker, I suppose. At least from what I saw. But in something like ST, I think it's gonna look okay. Cargo example, right? So now it's magenta. So this is proper magenta, actually. It's because of my theme. It's not really looking great. It's not really looking great. Yeah, but I'm using my Pepega terminal for now, at least. Differentiate the cursor during selection. There is no difference from the normal cursor when you are selecting only one character, but the behavior is different. Insertion will delete the highlighted character. So I wonder, fuck, accidentally switched TUI. Haven't done that in a long time. Okay, classic. Yeah. What's up? Welcome back, I suppose. Okay, I don't think if we wanna... Yeah, I think this is going to be the solution. So if you have a selection, it will show you the whole selection like that. Yeah, it will show you the whole selection like that. But do we want to show the cursor as well? So we have a position for position in selection. So if you have a selection, what a fan selection returns? It returns you optional range. Okay, that's a really strange way of doing that. For position in selection. What's the type of selection? So it's option range. Ah, I see. So we take a character and then. All right. I'm just not sure if we need to show the cursor itself. It doesn't make any sense to show the cursor itself. Maybe it does make sense. We can try though. We can try. So essentially, how we're gonna go about that? I'm gonna take this thing. Right. I'm gonna use the cursor pair. And then I'm gonna actually draw the cursor after I drew the selection, so the cursor will override the thing. I think that's how we're gonna go about that. Alright. The cursor is not that important because if you move right, you go the end of the selection. If you move left, you go to the start. Maybe, I just want to see how it's gonna look like. Okay. Oh shit, it's not gonna... Yeah, it's not gonna even work that well. So essentially this problem is gonna be about simply making like a different color. Okay, I think this is okay, for now at least. Sup Gnolix, welcome to the stream. Alright, so that's gonna be the solution. There's no difference from the normal custom selected one. Insert will delete. Okay, so I think, yeah, this is gonna be the solution here. I think it's acceptable. Oh shit, 24 Celsius. Yeah. The power of Soviet central heating, by the way. I'm actually inside in a t-shirt when outside is minus 24. So yeah, it's quite comfortable living in Siberia. Do you have a shank? No, I don't have it, unfortunately. I don't know, to be fair, I don't like how they look like, so... Plus 25, goddamn. Plus 25. It's like completely opposite. We have minus 25 and you guys have plus 25. Yeah, essentially. Alright, so I need to create like a separate branch for this kind of thing. And what we're gonna have? Highlight selection differently in edit field. There we go. And before we go into committing everything, I'm gonna do clipping just to check the linting. Linting seems to be okay. What about FMT? FMT looks also okay. Okay, let's just push that right into the repo and create a pull request and officially call this issue done. About that. Alrighty. So Moscow. It's minus 4 in Moscow, really? Yeah. Is Moscow really a Russia if it's so warm in there? I don't think so. It's minus 25 in real Russia. Alright. And we have minus 10, yeah. I don't know, why is it so cold in Novosibirsk right now? Well, I mean, Novosibirsk. Why am I even asking? But it was like minus 17 yesterday. Like, it's just... yeah. Strange. Really strange. Alright, so I made +5 -9 changes. I'm proud of them, and I'm just waiting for the continuous integration to accept them. But at least I learned that I have some sort of like a weird bug, and I should use init style instead of initializing this kind of shit. So at least I made the code a little bit better and a little bit less error porn. Yes, I mean error prone, not porn. Yeah, just waiting for the continuous integration. Love the new haircut. Thank you. Thank you. Better code. Better code. So what's gonna be the next one? What's gonna be the next issue? Something again related to edit field. Some sort of clipboard support. That will be interesting, by the way. We can have like internal clipboard that works on the level of the whole framework. Oh shit, I even know how I can implement that. I even fucking know how I'm gonna implement that. So yeah, you're gonna have like a global clipboard on the level of the application, and maybe later we can even make it integrate with, you know, X11 clipboard if you want to. It's gonna be just automatically supported by your application if you use this framework. Shit, bro. Okay, that's kind of cool. I really like that. So I have so many ideas for this particular. God damn it, my avatar is outdated. How do I have to redraw it now? God damn. Whatever. Yeah. All right. So let's merge this shit, and I'm gonna add clipboard support. Delete branch. Art stream. To be fair, like drawing a bald head is easier. I was never good at drawing hair anyway. To be fair, I haven't practiced drawing for quite some time already, so we'll see. Just wait for the long enough and it will be up to date again. Well, yeah, I don't know how quickly my hair grows. We'll see. Okay, so let's fetch the latest changes then. That's why he shaped. Yeah, I actually molded. I'm not molding anymore, by the way. I'm not molding anymore. I finally molded to my final stage. Okay. Hello, Ralph, by the way. Welcome to the stream. Hair growth stream, yes. Did I fetch the latest change? I think I did. Origin master, and there we go. I wonder how. Yeah, so let's actually measure how quickly it grows. I'm not gonna like shave it for some time, and we can observe the progress. And then at some point, I'm gonna shave it. I don't really want to let it grow for too long, because if it gets too long, it's just fucking pain in the ass to shave. You highlighted so much my hair grow. Like time lapse. We'll have to time lapse. So yeah, everything is merged, and I want to add the clipboard support. Okay, so this is the issue is 48. The issue is 48. And you know where we're gonna have a clipboard located? In the context, because in our UI, can we see your barcode at the back? No, you cannot see it. It's a secret. It's a sensitive information. So librs, and what we're gonna have here. So here's the RC UI, and essentially this is where we're gonna have our clipboard. And a clipboard is going to be basically the vector of characters, because this is what we use as the buffer in the edit field. So this is the internal clipboard. I'm not even sure why these kind of things are even public. So let's not make them public. About that. Fuck that. And the context itself is going to have a special thing. Put to clipboard. Put to clipboard, and it's gonna. I think it will accept some text as the slice. Right, it's gonna accept the slice of characters. And what we're essentially going to do here, I want to replace whatever we have in the current buffer. Oh, of course, if you're going to put something into the clipboard, you have to accept yourself as a mutable reference, right? Otherwise, it's not really going to work. So you're going to have a clipboard, and I think one of the things we want to do, we want to clear it, and then put slice somehow like this. I have no idea what kind of operations I have to use here. Right. A new way to leak passwords. What do you mean? I can see the reflection of your computer in your head. Ah, okay. So I'm late to come in the Matrix afternoon. Hello, Rebel there. Welcome. Again, you can check out the reason here. So shiny Zozin. Yeah. It's like a Pokemon. God damn it. Okay, so let's take a look at how can you take a slice and put it into the vector. Golden legendary Zozin. So let's take a look at the back. I'm actually watching your streams while trying to install Gentoo. Well, good luck with Gentoo. So I think it's extend, because I already used these functions. I just don't remember their names. Extend, yeah, extend. Extend from slice. We do have extend from slice though. Yeah. Clones all elements. Yeah, I think that's what we need. Extend from slice. But what is just extend? We don't have just extend. We have extend from slice. All right. So should be okay. So this is how we put the clipboard, and we also need to be able to get the clipboard. Get clipboard, and it's gonna be we're gonna take ourselves as immutable, and we're gonna return immutable slice. And I suppose what we essentially return here is just self clipboard. It's kind of like a yeah. Well, I mean, it's literally a getter. Jesus Christ, it's literally a getter. Gentoo is incredible. I'm using it with Ccache on my workstation. Nice. Does Ccache actually speed up the compilation? Well, theoretically it should, but if you have Ccache and you already build your world once, then after like a couple of months, rebuilding world again would be faster? Maybe. I don't know. Why not use string for the clipboard instead of FAQ? Because of the Unicode complications. Yeah, because of the Unicode complications. So essentially we're just storing like each individual characters because we're trying to draw like a widget that works on each individual characters, and storing these characters in a string is not very convenient because strings stores them in UTF-8, so you cannot have an access to each individual character unless you decode it into a sequence of chars. So it's just easier to store them as a sequence of chars in the first place. Yeah, does that make sense? Ccache just keeps all files from the next compilation in order to accelerate. I know what Ccache does. I use them on my on one of my previous works. I'm just curious about using Ccache in real-world example of Gentoo. So I know what Ccache does. Thank you. Anyways, all right. So put to clipboard, get clipboard. I'm surprised to hear that anyone still uses Gentoo these days. Why would you spend all this time compiling software? Why not? I mean, you can tweak the way it's going to be compiled. For example, if you use Debian with binary packages, you cannot tweak that. Right. On top of that, you don't rely on third-party repositories. You only rely on the repositories that store the these building scripts. So it just gives you like generally more freedom if you need it. Subgenesis algorithm. Thank you so much. Hello, Shiggy man. Welcome to this channel. Okay, Gam. Okay. So what I wanted. So I introduced clipboard. Yeah. Now, what I want to do. Those every week updates are small software that install as fast as any other distro. Yeah, pretty much. I would assume so. To be fair, like on Debian, I quite often build the new software myself because Debian is so old, right? So I just like take the source code of the software and build it myself and just install it into my user local, whatever. And for me, like the way I use Debian is pretty much like I would use Gentoo, I suppose. But Gentoo has a little bit more, you know, automation. So I would say that my Linux experience right now is closer to Slackware rather than Gentoo. to old Slackware before package manager and stuff, you know. So because at some point Slackware didn't even have any package management. Fuck, the other day I was fucking around with Debian Stretch, the Emacs was unbearable, so I built it myself. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I also built this Emacs myself. So, yeah, it's actually pretty old. I think 28th already came out, but it works. So, yeah, I also built myself. Thank you, that bot chat. Thank you for saying that. It's recent. Okay. I like long hair, but hate to deal with it too. Yeah, same. It's just too much effort because, like, I mean, if I had nothing to do, maybe I could dedicate time like taking care of long hair, but I have so much projects to work on and also streams and stuff like that. I just don't have time to worry about that, so I just want to try it. Well, if it's not gonna work, maybe I'm gonna stop doing that and just grow out again. We'll see. Because this kind of hair also like requires a little bit of maintenance, but probably less. It works. Okay, sure. Sure enough. Sure enough. Okay, so we need to go to the edit field. We need to go to the edit field and we need to introduce a new function that puts a selection to the clipboard. Right. Less hair, more aerodynamics. Yes, true. Put selection to clipboard. And what's funny is that here you will have to not always, okay, you will only need immutable self, but you also need immutable context. Right, I see you, right, because this is where you have an access to the clipboard. And I think that's pretty much it. So put selection to clipboard. And if let self, wait a second. Why do you need a mutable self here? Do we really need a mutable self? I don't see the mutability. Okay, let me try to see. So, because we don't really modify in self, right? Let me try to compile that. So, all targets. Oh, you said that you're not really familiar with Rust, so that's probably why. Okay, so here's the self, and the clipboard is going to be just vec new. Okay, new. Okay, so get the clipboard reference. Anything else? Cool. All right, so in the edit field, I think this thing could be immutable. Can it be immutable? Yes, it can. Okay, so yeah. So since you don't modify anything here, you can make it immutable, and it will be usable in more situations. Like, for example, put selection to clipboard. When you put a selection to clipboard, you don't modify the state of edit field. So there is no point in making it mutable. All right, it's kind of like similar to const methods in C++ and so on and so forth. So okay, so if let some selection some selection equal self selection, right? In case of you have something you take that selection, and I wonder how easily you can just take the text, right, and get that selection. Is that an option you can have? That's that selection, and then take our CUI, put selection. No, this is not how it's called. It should be called put to clipboard. Put to clipboard. There we go. So this is how we can probably do that. Way better as a chat bold man. Thank you. I even feel a little better. So, because I don't have to deal with that dangling shit all the time. Okay. So expect a chart but found an option. Okay, so this thing. Yeah, alright, so we might as well just do something like this. If let some text equal that, and then we can try to push that text here. Will that work now? Okay, so this thing has to be public. Put selection to clipboard. Alright, so how can we copy it? Who's this? It's a me. Maria. Where's studying? Alright, so put selection to clipboard. Now let's try to attach. Okay, let's also introduce another function, paste from clipboard. And this one, by the way, this time is going to be mutable. So because pasting from the clipboard is essentially mutable, but our CUI doesn't really have to be mutable, right? So librs no, it's not in here anymore. Yeah. What's up, Old9? Thank you. What's up? What's up? Yep. So put a clipboard accepts mutable self and get clipboard accept immutable self, which is actually epic. You look so different. Well, I mean, the hair actually and different hairstyles affect your, even the shape of your face quite dramatically. So you may look like a different person depending on your hairstyle. So people use that, you know, different special agencies even use that as a techniques for disguises and stuff like that, because it requires minimal of changes and you already look completely fucking different. All right. KGB uses that, I know, yeah. And that's why I shaved, because I'm on a new mission right now. All right, so let me see. Yeah, I just exposed myself. I'm not really good at KGB agents, so. So put the clipboard, give clipboard. That's cool. So, so there was like a paste from clipboard, right? Paste from clipboard. Essentially, what we do, our CUI. So if you insert chars takes into account this kind of stuff. That's cool. Our CUI paste from clipboard. No. Get clipboard. Insert chars. And that's how we're gonna go about it. So self. Sorry. Isn't paste handled by terminal? Yes, it is true. But I still want to integrate with our mechanism. So we're gonna have, like, the framework is gonna have its own separate clipboard that you can use, and it integrates with all of the widgets, right? And in the future, I'm planning to integrate that clipboard with the rest of these things. For example, we may try to detect that we're currently running in an X11 session, and maybe synchronize the internal, like, internal clipboard of the framework with the X11 framework and make it a little bit more usable. I'm just experimenting, so this is not the final, you know, design of the application of the framework. I'm just experimenting, at least for now. but it is true. Hello, Shodran, welcome to the stream. Go full Vim Emacs and make registers. We'll see about that. So right now I'm just implementing things. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks, essentially. Okay, so we have operations put selection to clipboard and paste from clipboard, and now we need to go to the example 05 edit field and see. So I don't know how to use Control C, Control V, so I'm gonna use the rest of the keys here. F3, okay. We're gonna use this as a copy. Put selection, yeah, so I'm gonna use this. Luckily, I do have our CUI here, so it should be all right. So I put it here and it copies it there. Key F4 field paste from clipboard or CUI. So this is how easy it is to use these two operations, like put selection to clipboard and paste from clipboard. And what's cool is that if there's no selection currently in place, it's not going to put anything into clipboard, so it automatically handles that. Thank you. I forgot your nickname. You have a long nickname, but whoever suggested Lindra, I'm sorry, I'm so bad at remembering nicknames, but thank you for the pull request. Can you please get a cylinder hat and wear that Lindro Braga? Okay, yes. I'm really sorry. He doesn't remember our nicknames. I'm so bad. Please forgive me. Okay, so we can try to do this. Okay, let's go to this thing. I'm gonna just put this stuff here. Then we're gonna select some stuff, right? I'm gonna select this thing and I'm gonna press F3. It should copy paste it, and then if I try to do something like this, it actually inserted it. So we have an internal clipboard mechanics. So, which is quite awesome, I gotta tell you. So it's gonna be F3, and then we can... So it's kind of strange, like... Huh. I woke up early in... Okay, so it's gonna read it.
We woke up early enough to catch stream.
Thank you so much.
We seem to be missing something.
Yes. Thank you, Chiroptical, for 17 months of Tier 1 subscription. Thank you, and welcome to our missing club. Okay. So, okay, I think it has something to do with these characters, so should be alright. And we can try to insert it one more time, and it seems to be working. What about Cyrillic characters? I think it should work as well. And can you insert them? Yeah, there we go. So it works with Unicode and shit like that. For example, it should also theoretically work with like emojis, right? So if I insert it didn't work correctly because Chaterina. Yeah, okay, Chaterina works with like with clipboard really strangely on Linux. There we go. So seems to be working. Yeah, and if I try to select that and copy that and then paste that, okay, so let's not talk about that. We still have a long way to go to properly support all of this. You forgot his wing in his previous apartment. Yes, that's what I did. Okay, so we have a clipboard mechanism for now at least, which is interesting. So replace so let's do a committee. 48 introduce clipboard mechanism for the whole framework. Maybe I'm Pepega. I usually but you submitted patch to Chaterina with clipboard fix, aren't you? Okay, so I submitted that. Yes, I did. But there is more complications. I think I submitted only for doing the following thing, where you Control C and then you can paste with yeah. So, but for some reason it doesn't work with Shift Insert. I think it requires additional stuff. The clipboards in Linux are complicated, really. So it's kind of difficult to get them right. Introduce clipboard mechanism for the whole framework, for the whole family. For the whole family. All right. So this is going to be another issue. Even Qt clipboard doesn't help. Yeah, it does, but in Qt clipboard, you still have to differentiate between secondary, primary, and it's kind of strange. I don't know. How does it feel? It feels nice. Yeah, I've always wanted to try this hairstyle. Well, feel free to do so. Okay. Linux has like 5 different clipboards. Yes. And when you start using like editors like Vim or Emacs, you have even more clipboards. More clipboards for the god of clipboards. Alright, I think we're ready to make a pull request. I think we're ready for that. Compare and pull request. So introduce clipboard mechanism for the whole framework. Let's close that. Vim has infinite clipboards. Oh, okay, so basically the registers can extend. I never got around learning the Vim clipboard mechanism, to be fair. I learned some things from your Haskell videos on YouTube. I'm really glad to hear that. I look different in my YouTube videos. God damn. Those videos didn't really age that well. So, yeah. 26 for the layers and a few special. I see. Interesting. God damn, I now have to reshoot all of my videos. Not really. But that sounds like a good time to finally post another YouTube video to surprise everyone. Please, why you shaved your hair? Well, I mean, have you looked at the hair command? I think this command was actually posted like so many times. Pretty sure I should have actually saw that. Alright, so let's go back. Merge origin master. There we go. Wait, didn't I merge it? Became a Haskell developer in a big company after your videos. Really? Why didn't I become a Haskell developer in a big company after my videos? The fuck? And I created those videos. Jesus. Unlucky. Anyway. So I'm still waiting for the continuous integration. Well, I'm glad that my video helped somebody to get the dream job that I never got. And to be fair, for me it's kind of late because I'm not as excited about Haskell anymore as I used to be. Because you're not in Moscow. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me about that. Alright. Wait, do you have like companies in Moscow that program in Haskell? Really? I thought like a Haskell jobs are myth, especially in Russia. Like, imagine being in Moscow. I cannot imagine that. If I lived in Moscow, by the way, you wouldn't be watching me right now. It's actually true. The only reason you can watch me right now is because the cost of living here is low enough that I can afford streaming full time. With my amount of, viewers and donations and subscriptions. Okay, that's actually interesting. So, oh shit, so you basically use Haskell there for some sort of like research. That sounds cool. I didn't know that. Just don't move to... Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I'm not moving to Moscow, because the cost of living there is just fucking high. Because if I move there, I essentially have to like completely cancel the coding project and just start working in a company. Otherwise I won't be able to survive. And on the other hand, it's probably my fault since I couldn't grow my channel big enough to be able to live in Moscow, but I don't know, whatever. It is what it is and it isn't what it isn't. Not really good at streaming, but I'm pretty good at trimming. I'm sorry. Okay. So, let's take a look. I just noticed how perfectly round your head is. Yeah, actually, its shape is perfect for being bald. I think I didn't know that. So what else do we have? What else do we have? Maybe we should make a cup of tea. I don't know. Edit field does not have a way to jump one word forward or one way backward. Vin Diesel. Yes, that's who I am. But intellectual Vin Diesel with classes and shit. You're now in the side text streamer I watch consistently. I don't know why the channel isn't bigger. It's complicated, I think. I think they use Haskell for parsing programming languages. We'll find out at... Oh, you don't work there yet. I see. So you're gonna be working there soon. Alright. Doesn't support selections. Wait, we forgot to close this issue. We merged the pull request for this issue and we forgot to merge it. Get fucking damn it, mate. Okay, let's actually find the pull request and properly close it. The channel is huge for a live coding channel. Nah, it's actually like a medium level of coding channel. I would say there's way bigger coding channels than coding, that's for sure. It's just probably you live in a different time zone to not see them. The biggest programming channels in science and technology are Naysayer, I suppose, and GeoHot. I think they are the biggest. They can pull off like 1K easily. John doesn't pull off like 1K consistently, but this is because he doesn't want to, right? Usually when he comes up with an interesting topic or gives a talk on Twitch, just 1K or 2K instantly fucking easily. I think he's intentionally trying to keep his viewership low so people don't annoy him as much. But yeah. Yeah. Alright. So, resolved by... And I completely understand him, by the way, so... Because he's doing, like, an actual serious work, unlike me. I'm just doing pet projects for fun, I suppose. But maybe they eventually become useful for somebody, I don't know. So, for example, Snitch somehow surprisingly became useful for a lot of people, and I didn't expect that because it's such a stupid utility, but it became useful. It's nice to see this kind of stuff happening from time to time. Cheers. Shaming had to stop looking like Richard Stone is a little bit too strong, but I respect you for the good coding vibes. Okay, so I didn't really shave my head because of that, but yeah, thank you. But you're doing varied stuff and not the same old over and over again. And maybe that's the reason why I'm not as big as other channels, right? Because big channels basically find their audience, right? There's a lot of people who want to watch the same thing over and over again. Like there's Python fans and they want to only see people programming Python. Right, there are C++ fans, they want to only see people programming in C++. So I don't like sticking with the same language, I don't like sticking with the same technology, even though like recently I started to do that because I'm getting older, I don't fucking know. But yeah, it is what it is. Something strange with my mic, I'm not sure if it's... Python fans are rather special. There are strong variety channels as well, and this is a good channel, but for entertainment and education. Yeah, I suppose. I'm not sure how much entertaining this is, but I hope it's educational. I hope it is. I mean, here's entertaining for you. I don't know, maybe it's entertaining. Python fan here. Hello, Python fan. Welcome to the stream. All fans are invited. Okay, good. So did I close it? I don't remember. Oh my god, GitHub, come on. Okay, so I did close it. I've been after watching you, I realized that I was not good and started learning Rust. Because of that, now I prefer your channel because of variety, so I can learn more stuff. Yeah, I just don't like being stuck in like a single paradigm all the time, because you stop seeing more things, right? You become very narrow-sighted. But when you try multiple languages, you just, you know, see better. I don't know if it makes sense. I watch because you say funny shit from time to time. Thank you. And sometimes I do funny shit from time to time. No programming language is too dang high. Nice memes, by the way. Thank you. So what we're gonna implement? Okay, so I was thinking about scroll view. I don't know why I was thinking about that. It kind of reminds me about Swing. Do you guys know what is Swing? You know, the Java UI framework and shit. Yeah, it's a meme from like 2010. We have an actual boomers here, so yeah. No, yeah, Hanson Plus knows what it is, right? Yes, I don't know why I thought about it, but I thought maybe it's going to be a good idea to implement something like this. Essentially, scroll view will wrap a single widget, right? It will wrap a single widget, but the size of that widget can be variable. You can actually set like size way bigger than your screen, right? And here's what's going to happen. So essentially, scroll view will ask their widgets to render on a virtual bigger screen, and then cut it out to the size of the of your screen, and then it will enable you with actually scrolling your view over a bigger screen, something like that. I thought that would be an interesting idea, but I'm not sure how useful it would be for our case, so I just put it there. Coincidentally enough, like something like that exists in Swing, which is the Java UI framework, so that's why I'm kind of hesitating to implement this kind of thing, because it kind of reminds me of Swing. But maybe, yeah, I should not be biased like that. Maybe it's going to be a good idea at some point to implement. But I think we need to finish edit field. I think we need to first finish edit field and make it usable. So maybe we can try to work on like jumping one word forward or jumping one word backward, because that's kind of a useful thing to do. That's kind of a useful thing to do, because this is what I do in Emacs all the time, right? I jump one word backward and forward, and that's very goddamn convenient. I think the focus should be on the small composable components, not big complex ones that complicate behavior. Yeah, probably. We don't know yet, right? We're just still experimenting with these things. We're just still experimenting. Okay, so I think I want to maybe make a small break, because I really need to pee right now. Goddamn. Small break. So it's gonna be, let's say, I don't know, two minutes? Let's put 2 minutes. I don't think I need to refill any water or anything like that. Okay, good. And I'm gonna put it like that. Get a pee bottle. Well, I do have a bottle, but I'm not gonna do anything weird with it. Okay, get ready for the break, boys and girls, and okay, there we go. Yo! A little bit late. 1 second late, okay? 1 second late. Just cut me some slack. Alright, so we're back on Epic programming. So, what we're gonna do today, right now, today, we've already done a lot of things today. So, jump backward and forward, one word. I think that was actually that will be pretty useful. And also, it's kind of interesting, maybe we're gonna have like different wrappers around edit field that actually map the controls according to different editors, right? For example, you may have something like Vim controls, right, that accept edit field, right, a single edit field, like this, and return like a proxy something something something. All right, and you can have Emacs controls for edit field, and these are going to be part of the framework, right? They're going to be part of the framework, and instead of like you know, doing this kind of thing, you just create edit field and you wrap it with either Vim controls or Emacs controls, or you can come up with your own controls just by writing this kind of wrapper function. So this is kind of the plans I have for the framework, like the level of composability. For CM, obviously, we're probably going to have our own wrappers because you will be able to remap some of the controls, right? Because this is like essential part of CM. But I think we're still gonna ship like Vim controls and Emacs controls if you need them. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm really enjoying developing this framework. Like, it's pretty cool for intellectual masturbation and stuff. Does CM use this framework? No, it doesn't use it yet. So I'm just trying to complete edit field. Once edit field is completed, right? Because edit field is actually a very crucial part of CM. We may try to integrate that framework into CM. So also for CM, I think it's going to be, yeah, we'll probably require something additional because, let me see. So here's the string, yeah, src, and if you put it into CM, yeah, so you see it also has these highlights, like file highlights. So we don't really have mechanisms to have something like that. So, and I'm not even sure how it can be implemented on a level of framework. I think it could be something like proxy wrapper around item list, but instead of wrapping handle event, it would wrap render, right? So it could be interesting to implement something like that. So we need to finish edit field, and we need to come up with something for highlighting elements in the item list. So that's going to be the plan for now. And after that, we'll be able to try to integrate it with CM. Okay. Don't forget nano controls. Okay, but I mean, the Emacs controls and nano controls are kind of like intersecting a lot, right? You can do Control F, Control B, Control N, Control P to navigate, and I think maybe stuff like, wait a second. It doesn't support Alt B and Alt F, but it's pretty close, I would say. Yeah. Maybe we can do nano controls. We'll see. All right, so edit field. So again, we have left and right. Yeah, left and right. It's supposed to control arrows. Ah, okay. Oh shit. So it's more of like a classical editor, right? Because the modern classical editors jump by word like this. Okay, I see. That's cool. I'll keep that in mind. Maybe we're gonna have like Emacs, Vim, and classical, which is close to no. What is that? Oh9. Oh god, what is that? That's a good one. Thank you so much. Thank you, Zheang, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Out9. Thank you for supporting the channel. And Out9, welcome to our 5-head club, I suppose. Yep, condemn it. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm gonna actually send it to myself. I think we'll add it to Discord first. We'll see if I'm gonna add it to Twitch. Thank you so much. That's cool. Nice one. Yes, it's a good one. It's very funny. Thank you so much. No, I forgot what I was doing. That was so awesome. Yeah, I completely lost my trail of thoughts. So yeah, so we're gonna have left word and left like right word. Left word, mute self. And I think like left word and right word should be implemented in terms of left and right because it automatically handles the selections. You're bold. Really? God damn. Oh, thank you for telling me. Right word. Cool. KGB stole his hair last night. Yes, exactly. You look like Megamind. I haven't watched it, by the way. Is it interesting? Is it good? Alright. So, and how we're gonna jump right and left? Haven't watched it either. Oh, okay. Sure. Fair enough. Fair enough. It could be because of the angle of the camera, right? So the camera is a little bit higher, so if I put it a little bit lower, so the head is not going to look as big. Cool hairstyle. Hairstyle, by the way. Thank you so much, Julie. 541. All right. So let's start with the word right. So. What are you making? I'm making a UI framework. Yeah, thank you so much. TUI framework actually in Rust. And right now I'm specifically working on the edit field. Edit field component. Okay, so here's the right. So I'm thinking that while. Do you recommend learning Rust? I don't know. It depends. Do you want to learn it? So, okay, let's take a look at this thing. If we have spaces, right? If we have spaces, we have to sort of trim the spaces, right? Trim the spaces. Then, when we encounter non-spaces, and then we go forward until we reach the end, or spaces again. So that's going to be the idea. So maybe because of that, yeah. While, how can I take the current, yeah, while self cursor position is less than text length, right? And text. Can you do that? Do I have to do get? I think I should be able to do that. I keep forgetting if I can do this kind of stuff. And text is space or equal to. Yeah, we should have something like is space. Does Rust have something like is space? As a fellow bald man, you need to grow beard and polish your hat. Unfortunately, beard doesn't really grow on me, so I'll have to be like that for the rest of my life. So, is space. Do we have something like is space? Or maybe is space? Space? Is white space. Okay, there is something like is white space, which is good enough, I think. And it takes self and everything like that. Okay, so text is white space. While it's is white space, that's a pretty like long condition, but I think it's good enough. So left. Yeah, there we go. So basically we're skipping all of the spaces. Skipping all these spaces. Wear a fake beard like you're doing on the second channel. God damn it. Okay. Alright, so, and the next thing is gonna be essentially skipping skipping all the words. So, and instead of the this thing, we're gonna have like not, right? So, and we're just moving to, yeah, by the way, we're moving to the right. And what's funny is that, like, can we extract that to a separate function? Like, extract that to a separate function where we can accept a predicate. Something like right skip while. It takes a mutable self, and on top of that it will accept a predicate. So p, so I suppose it takes something like char, and I forgot how you do function. I think it's something like this. It's like fun, and then returns a boolean, right? So this is how we're gonna do go about that, and essentially this is gonna be this, right? Skip right while. So, and here we're gonna just apply the predicate like this, right? And this is what we're doing. We're just skipping right while, and that will probably simplify this kind of thing. And we can replace this stuff like that, right? Self right skip while. This is gonna be x. X is white space. X is white space. There we go. And we don't even need comments here because the code itself is self-documenting, right? There we go. So if you wanna go write a single word, you skip all of the white spaces and then you skip all of the not white spaces, and that's how it's gonna work. So essentially you have a word here, you stand in here, you want to go one word forward, that's how it's gonna go. So essentially you skipped all of the white spaces and then you skipped all of the non-white spaces, so it's a little bit like straightforward. And we can have a similar function for the left part, right? So for the left thing, and we're gonna use a similar code for the left word. So just moving in a different direction. And because we're like working with directions all the time and we're duplicating functions depending on the direction, maybe we should introduce like a type direction left to right, but we'll see about that. I mean, it's just like two-time duplication. Two-time duplication, like a two-timer. It's gonna be left word. There we go. I think that's it. It should be it. It should be it, and let's try to compile this shite. It doesn't compile! Yay! Now we're talking. This is Rust. I think this has to be like that. Okay. It ain't Rust if it compiles first try. God damn it. You might have meant something like variable self-text. Yeah, thank you so much, Rust. Very cool. That's very cool. And this is self-text like this. Alright, so self-text and self-text. Okay. Unnecessary parentheses. Yeah, that's a very important error, Rust. Thank you very much. It is very... Rust is so selfish. Okay. Duplication definition left word. Where do I have left word? Oh, yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna go up 20 times. There we go. And let me see, is it working? There we go, it is working. So seems pretty good, I would say. Seems pretty good. And now we need to bind this kind of stuff to something. What theme is that? A theme is that it's a Gruber Darker. You can find it here. And let me now bind some keys here. What exactly we're gonna bind here? I wish we could bind Alt, but I'm not quite sure. How do we get the Alt? Because I remember in CM you could get Alt. Keystroke. Yeah, there's a keystroke, and so Alt is true. Yeah, it has something to do with escape, so you have to handle escape codes and stuff like that. Don't really want to go into that right now, so maybe a little bit later. Is there a Vim version? I'm not sure. Vim Gruber Darker. You can check it out. I think somebody made it. Okay. No, I can't find anything. I'm sorry. You can try to adapt it. You can just go here and get the list of all of the colors, right? So here are essentially the colors, right? Just use these colors for them. Yeah, it should be very straightforward to do. And you'll have an opportunity to contribute to an epic open source community. How about that? Isn't that cool? I think it's pretty cool. In your skip left, you while loop check for the end of the field, not the beginning. Oh shit, thank you so much. Oh my god, you're absolutely right. I didn't think about that because I copy-pasted. That's why you should not copy-paste code. What's the purpose of void counter? Did you think about some kind of bingo game? No. Didn't think about any bingo games. So while position is greater than 0, right? It is greater than 0 and predicate is true. Yeah, one has become 0, there's no way to go that. Void of. Ah, goddammit. It's kind of difficult to like do that very quickly on purpose, like, but I can do that unconditionally, like, goddammit. Alright. So, now we need to map all of that. I don't know what we're gonna map it to. So let me see if it's gonna be key F5. Triple void. I mean, I have the whole set of the words, I think. Yeah. I have all of them. I still have an issue to make the text shake and go red like in Discord. That would be actually pretty cool. But still didn't get around to implement that. So let me see. Left word, and this is going to be a 5-6. Right word. Do you have first blood for when you type void for the first time? No, I don't have it. Maybe we should do something like that. Yes, let me create an issue for that. Void. By the way, god damn it! Like, I like how every time I want to go to my void repo, it actually counts towards me typing void. So for anyone who's interested, you can find this counter here. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for suggesting. I think it would be a cool idea. First blood. There we go. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, let's actually test if left word, right word works. So let's do cargo run example 05 edit field. So, and we're gonna have a bunch of words here and 4, 5. Nice. Index out of bound. The len is 64, but the index is no 64, 46. But the index is 46. God damn it! Didn't I check for that? I'm pretty sure I checked for that. Oh yeah, going to left. I see. Greater than 0. This thing is true, or position. I think it has to be like this. So essentially, the cursor can be bigger than the buffer, and that's totally okay. That is totally okay, because that indicates that you have to insert that. We have to take that into account. So if position greater or equal than self-text length, or the predicate is true. So that will short circuit this predicate and not crash, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. So we need to short circuit that properly. Okay, so I'm gonna put this thing like that, and yeah, that enables me with going back, and that enables me with going forth. So, and we can add more spaces here, right? More spaces, just to test things out, and it works. It actually works. I really like how it works. Maybe it should actually stop at the beginning of the word. I'm very intimidated by bold sorting. Well, don't be intimidated by bold sorting. Bolt sorting isn't real. He can't hurt you. Cheers, by the way. I'm very aroused by bolt sorting. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Cool. Are we creating a new Emacs? No, we're creating a UI framework with which you can create a new Emacs if you want to. How about that? Does it make sense? So that's basically the idea. So I would like to actually stop at the beginning of the word. So if you go to the next word, yeah, it stops here. So for the right, it's okay. But for the left, I think we should go like a little bit to the right again. So self-right, right? So we basically skip all of the white spaces to the left, then skip all of the not white spaces to the left. But we still want to stop at the beginning of the word, and that's why maybe we can put like a single right here. Let's see if it's gonna work. Okay, so I think that would make more sense. Okay, and let's go. Yeah, this is... Oh shit, that didn't work. This is complicated. Ooh. Huh. So that doesn't really want to go forward or backward. Okay, so it doesn't want to go backward. Huh. Left is complicated, really. Left is really complicated. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I'm gonna put a to-do for that. Left word does not really work like in Emacs. I know I said that we're not making Emacs, but specifically that left word, I want it to work like in Emacs. So I think it's quite important for me. Because the way it works in Emacs makes sense, but I'm not making Emacs, okay? I'm not making Emacs. Trust me. Trust me, I do not. Now there is word delete, word select. Yeah, but I mean... I'm working on Emacs clone? No, I'm not working on Emacs clone. Never worked on it. Alright, so 47. Ibisp. I mean, it's in Ibisp in C, and this is in Rust. I mean, you can have an interrupt between C and Rust, but whatever. Okay. Implement left word, right word, navigation for. I almost spelled Emacs for edit field. God damn it. Right, let's push that, and I want to check the clipping. Okay, I didn't do any fucky wacky. FMT. Okay, so we're gonna do 47 fix cargo FMT remarks. Yeah, Ibisp is revived, by the way. I haven't updated my schedule yet, but on last Monday, we worked a little bit on this interpreter. So we're gonna work on it like a standalone interpreter. So the last commit was made 2 days ago. So you can see we're working on it. We're improving it, and we're gonna make it better. So maybe this is gonna be like the running theme in the future. I'm basically gonna revive my old project that I never get around to finishing. And yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Maybe that's exactly what we're gonna do. Okay, let's create a pull request. Let's create a pull request and see how it's gonna go. Nothing, maybe nothing will be also revived at some point. We'll see, Who knows, who knows? I mean, something is also pretty cool, isn't it? I think it's pretty cool. It can do more things than nothing. Okay, implement left word branch, close that, and let's do... I'm really sorry on the both. I did it again. Prepend. How do you spell prepend? Prepend body introduced in. Okay, come on, 54. All right. All right. Let's push that right into the repo. He's losing to his addiction. Yeah, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Alright, boys and girls, I think today was a pretty productive stream. We first tried Advent of Code problem day 8 in JavaScript. That was pretty pog. And we also implemented some stuff for our framework, for our TUI framework. But unfortunately, boys and girls, it is time for me to go. Thanks everyone who's watching me right now. I really appreciate it. Have a good one, and I see you guess when. Guess when I'm gonna see you? I'm gonna see you all apparently on Friday, because tomorrow is a day off. Tomorrow I don't do anything. So, but on Friday we're gonna have a random one-off topic. So that means I'm gonna randomly pick whatever topic and I'm gonna stream it for a single day. And that topic is a secret. Nobody knows that. And you can only find out by joining the stream tomorrow. Not tomorrow, on Friday. Check out the schedule for more information on what we're working on different projects. Also check out our VODs channel, where we archive all of our streams. This stream is going to be there, but tomorrow we upload them on the next day. And also check out our Discord server for offline discussion with the community. By the way, I think I might stream tomorrow off schedule. Just to solve the next day of Advent of Code. We may try to stream tomorrow the Advent of Code, right? Because it's not going to be a very long stream, so yeah, yeah, it will be interesting. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Love you all.